everybody flooding in. How's everybody doing on this fantastic Sunday? Everybody chat. We are live slightly early today doing a damn React Day. We have a lot of fucking videos we're going to be watching. We got a lot of content we're going to be making. It's going to be a fun time. We have Reacts today. Tomorrow is Labor Day. I'm going to be live at 2 p.m. EST. Maybe a little bit earlier. I know it's a Monday, but it's Labor Day. Most people are off for Labor Day. It's a government holiday, so if you're not in the U.S., I'm sorry, I'm going to be going live slightly early, but if you're in the U.K., that probably works out anyway. Regardless, I'm going to be live early tomorrow. We're going to be doing an MC mod day, doing a different Lucky Block mod pack where we're going to try and beat the game, as well as some more water park sim and this Mickey Mouse horror game. Then Tuesday, we're going to be doing a GeoGuessr day. Me, Schlatt, and Slimesicle are going to be playing with each other and then against a pro named Zigzag. And then we're going to be transitioning same day, Tuesday, into the Schedule 1 updates. Finally out of beta, the glitches are fixed. We got some game keys we're going to give away and shit like that. Wednesday's a horror game day at 4:30. Thursday, Silk Song drops. We're going to be probably live at 4:30, grinding that game out for the entire stream. Friday's Reacts. Saturday is Random Games and more Silk Song. And next Sunday is a suicide prevention awareness charity stream. Then I'm gone the 8th to the 14th vlogging 2 different videos for the main channel. I'll be posting on YouTube while I'm gone, but I will not be live. Then when we're back, we're going to be doing the Dorito review. We might do that Friday, though. A Lego building stream soon. We have mystery snack boxes we're going to be doing, and we have another chat suggested video we're going to be doing as well. Cases Rudy, Def for the sub. Coco, thank you for the 5. On a plane right now on my way home from vacation. I'm going to miss America, Canada smells. I feel like Canada probably has less air pollution and probably smells better than the U.S., no? Speller for the sub. There's less people. Lean and Howdy, thank you for the 5 gifted. Strip and Caden for the sub. Izzy, thank you for the 6. Love you, Joe. Glad I got into your videos. Keep it up. Thank you. JK and Obags for the sub. Papa, DHD, Herms, Super Kai, Cormac, Jimmy, J, Cork, Fruit, D, Bauer, Wee for the sub. Green, Joe, Going 6, Dolphin, Cookie, BB, 10 Tacos, and MLG for the sub. Bogey and Smeller for the sub as well. Chat. Rundown of the videos that we have today. We're not watching all of them. There is one where you guys are going to have to choose, but here is the video rundown. Starting out, short video by Moist Critical. She won't stop texting and driving. It's literally 6 minutes long. Then we have a cut video. Have not watched a cut video in 6 months. Easily. It's been a long time. Online couples meet for the first time. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. The Crazy World of Insane Fan Theories, Movies I Would Hate to Live In, Dumpster Diving Addiction, another Papa Meat video. Slow Ass Night, award-winning short comedy film. We might move that, and then you guys have to choose between these two. The Only War You Will Not Win, or The Case for a Boring Afterlife. It's a philosophy video. That's the fucking rundown for the day. If you have any videos you want me to watch, or games you want me to play, videos, /shop, games, /tab, most of the videos that watch games I play. Did we already watch Miso Beef? What the fuck is that? What is miso beef? Zod, what is that? Miso beef.
Pepper. And that's it. Once that's been nicely slathered and thoughtfully stabbed, we will stop and add some sliced onions into whatever pan we're going to braise this to simmer. And once it does, we'll back our heat down to medium-low. And then we'll simply simmer this until our beef is perfectly tender. And I would love.
Is this what you're talking about? Oh, Mr. Beast. Oh. Well, now we're watching a miso beef noodle video. Oh, Miso Beast? Miso Beast? No, we have not seen Miso Beast. I thought you said miso beef. How am I supposed to know that you're just pronouncing Mr. Beast differently? You said miso beef as a joke. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that went over my head because I didn't know you were saying Mr. Beast. I thought you were actually saying miso beef. Project and Dad for the sub, Dr. Joe Bar, Twiggy and Logan for the sub, Chop for the subs, Hammond for the 3. Can my grandma get a shout out? She fell down the stairs. Shout out your grandma, boss. Hope she's all right. Sorry she fell down the stairs. Loyal for the 3. Working 12 hours each day this week, 2-hour drive there, back. You have any advice on how to stay awake and focused? Probably caffeine, boss. If you're, like, actually gonna fall asleep at the wheel, though, pull over and sleep, dude. It's better than dying in a car crash. Lucas and Jess for the sub. Boggy, or Boogie and Smeller for the sub. TB for the sub. Terrace, thank you for the 3. Zavid Cactus Project and Dad for the sub. You're eternal. Thank you for the sub. TB for the sub. Chats, no pre-stream yap here. Let's lock it the fuck in. She won't stop texting and driving.
You mad right now? Do
No.
you want to be? I saw a video today that was pretty infuriating.
Don't drive while distracted, much less with a rental car. This is my vehicle, and she rented it from me on Turbo. Or on Turo. What is Turo? Just a car rental site? Is Turo like a site where you can rent your actual car to someone? Instead of like a rental agency? That sounds so stupid. I'm sorry. I think that's a dumb business. I don't know why I don't like that, but I feel like this is probably going to be a reason why that's stupid. But like, you don't have your own personal insurance things. I feel like it's the same issue with like Airbnb at times, where like Airbnb will cover you a lot. I feel like Turo, bro, like somebody just totals and dies in your car. That's just like a lawsuit. Whether or not they're gonna blame you and your car, they're gonna then if they don't have the money to fix it. I feel like, bro, and how much money are you making from renting out your car to someone? Holy shit, she's just full on texting and driving. There's been times where I'm at a stoplight and it's just, I know it's a long red, so I'll like go on my phone, respond to a text, put it back down. That doesn't bother. Like, if somebody's in front of me and the light's red and then it turns green and they don't go, I know they're texting and I'll honk. And then I literally see them in through their back mirror, just put their phone down and drive. That, I don't think that's bad, because you're not moving. You're not moving. The light's red. Put your fucking phone down. But there's a difference between that and then like actively just being on your phone the entire time you're driving.
Lady is behind the wheel of a rented vehicle.
I have a genuine question here, though. Is changing a song while I'm driving illegal? I try to use the paddles, but sometimes if I need to change the song and I'm like going slow, I will literally go like boom, tab, scroll, click a song, and then I'll scroll through on the little back paddles.
From Turo. This is
technically yes. Well, it's not texting and driving, but I feel like it's still technically not. I don't know if it's distracted driving, but it's like, it's in my mind, I'm saying like, if I'm on the touch screen on my car and I'm changing the song, is that distracted driving? Jason and Bo for the sub. JJ, thank you for the 3K biddies, bro. Thank you for everything you do for you in chat. You're basically inspiring me to get better every day. Sorry, I had to burp. Thank you for the 3K biddies. Spooky and A. Wilson for the sub. Malco, your eternal Terrace for the 3. TB and Jason for the sub.
allegedly posted by the owner of that vehicle after. Spoiler alert, she gets in.
My dad will drive with his knee for the whole drive and be on his phone. That's like really unsafe. That's like really unsafe. Your dad drives with his knees and just sits on his phone and stims.
Into an accident here and then tries to lie about what happened. This was posted in response to that to show what actually happened, and if you've got some keen peepers on you, the astute observers may have noticed she's texting while driving. But to be honest, I don't even think that's accurate to say, because she is doing more texting than driving, so she's like...
Yeah, I think there's texting and driving, and then there's literally just like doom scrolling on TikTok while you're driving. You know what I mean? There's texting and driving where you're breaking the law and you're like actively responding to a text. And then there's texting and okay, there's like 3 stages of this shit, I feel. There's changing a song, which is slightly distracted. Then there's texting and driving where you have one hand on the wheel and you're typing and responding and going like this. And then there's texting and driving where this woman has both of her hands off the wheel at times and is actively texting and driving. And then there's that idiot that's like actually just like playing on their phone. like they're not even responding to texts. They're just like doom scrolling Twitter and like replying to tweets and shit.
Occasionally splicing in some driving between her texts. It seems like she's in some kind of heated argument, and that is like her primary focus is sending these text messages.
Then send a voice memo. I've done that. Send a fucking voice memo. If I have a long fucking, I'm either going to call someone, talk through my fucking car, or you fucking hold down on it, you fucking start the recording and just talk. And then you can do the text to speech thing, just send it. There's a typo.
While on the road. I'm sure I don't need to educate you on the dangers of texting while driving. I'm not the DMV. I'm also not your dad. I imagine most of you know that, and this is one of the most egregious examples of texting while driving I've ever seen. She could easily have just pulled over and sent those messages if it's that urgent, but instead she said, fuck it, we'll do it live, so she's doing it while on the road, risking her life and the life of those around her. I guess she's really got places to be in those messages. That's of, like, fucking utmost importance. If you're not first, you're last. If you're not pooping, you're shitting.
I also hate to say it, and I don't want to say there's good texting drivers and bad texting drivers, but you've probably been in a car with somebody that's texted and drove. She's like 90% on the phone, right? It's not like, and I'm not advocating for this. You should not text and drive at all. But she is like, out of 10 seconds, 9 on her phone, 1 on the road, right? If you're gonna, okay, no, I don't even want to say that. No. Don't text and drive at all. But I feel like the people that I've seen text and drive that I know are going like spam, literally, like they're a lifeguard. And dude, is this like real speed? I feel like she's going pretty fast. Oh my God, right by is that a cement truck? On a thin, ooh, double hand off the fucking wheel. Oh my God, we're free balling now. Holy shit. Holy fuck. We're just letting the wind take us. And she's going off the road. I mean, we could have saw that. Are you fucking serious? You have no hands on the wheel. It's just going to start going. Oh my God, this isn't like a rental car. See, this is why this app's trash. This isn't even like a rental car like you would get at an airport. This is someone's car she like paid them for the day. Took out somebody's mailbox. There's mail in it too. Pretty valid reaction though. pretty valid reaction though. Just like an fuck. Like this is probably thinking right now like, damn dude, because in the back of her mind when she took both her hands off the wheel, she probably had some sort of subconscious thought of like, this is stupid. And then it just immediately, like instantly failed after. Oh, the car's fucked too. And then what do? Do you go knock on the fucking person's door and be like, yeah, I just ran over your mailbox?
Even while her car is veering off the road and blasting a mailbox, she is firmly grasping that phone. She is gripping the shit out of that. She still will not set it down in the act of crashing this vehicle. She treated that phone like it was the fucking Tesseract there. She was not parting with it. It's not until it is finally stopped.
Do you think he comes up with these jokes, or is it on the fly? He always does like analogies to different things. I feel like it's just all like he sits down, he probably rips a few. I feel like I think it's on the fly, but I feel like he has like, say he'll do like 5 witty things and only include like 3 to 4. There's probably one where he's just like, nah, that's not funny.
That she sets the phone
and just doesn't include it
down and then puts her head in her hands and then immediately picks the phone back up after like 3 seconds. It's like she can't be separated from it. It's her fucking umbilical cord. It's unreal. It's actually a miracle she didn't just have a head-on collision here. I counted too.
Lucky the mailbox gave so easily. Don't you ever see somebody with like a fucking thick metal mailbox? Shit would just fly right into the windshield.
She looked
Like that one just folded easily.
up from her phone only 5 times in the amount of time that she spent on that single lane there. So she spent the vast majority of her time there behind the wheel looking at the phone.
There was a night that I stayed at my friend's house and we were doing hallucinogens. Say around 6 p.m. Don't do this, by the way. I'm not advocating for this, but this is a story time that I don't know if I've ever told. This is around 6 p.m., okay? I'm off them around 1. And we're kind of chilling watching TV. And out of nowhere, I hear, boom, boom, and the lights just cut in the whole house. And I go, am I still tripping? I go, am I still tripping? So I get up and I'm like, that's not good. And I look outside and there was a drunk driver that ran through a telephone pole. Like through a telephone pole. Not like hit it and stopped. Like steamrolled through it. Maybe they were texting and driving. I don't know. It was like a good 5 feet. You call 911? Dude, the whole fucking neighborhood erupted. It was like 1 a.m. I went outside. Everyone was outside. And I run down there. And in my brain, I'm like, I need to save someone right now. Like, I literally was like, I need to save someone. Like, somebody's hurt. So I run out there barefoot. It's cold outside. I get to the road, and I see the guy just get out of the car. He was alone. He was like a bald 40-year-old white guy. And I see him get out of the car. He looks fine. He was driving like an F-250, you know, like a big, beefy truck. His car probably tanked that wooden pole. He was good, right? Then I look, and it hits me. There's dangling wires that are touching the ground. And I go, I could have just died right now. And so I go, uh-oh. And I just run back. And then I'm like, I could have just electrocuted because there's dangling wires just like on the ground. Imagine it started raining. Oh, that would have been terrible.
Glued to it. In fact, she even double-fisted the phone at one point to get two-thumb action in there. No hands on the wheel.
I was ready, though. In my mind, I remember going, I'll go pull somebody out of a car right now. I remember thinking that in my brain. I was like, I'm like unfazed. I will go pull somebody out of this car. And I thought, no, you weren't. Bro, I would have. Not like on some Spider-Man shit. Like, I'm not going to like pick up the car, but I would have fucking ran to it. I would have ran and be like, what's happening? How can I help?
Not looking up at the road. It is actually an act of...
You shouldn't do that. You could die. Well, dude, I'm going to observe this situation, okay? I'm not going to sit there and run into... If the car was on fire, about to explode, I'm not going to run up to it. But if, like, say the car flipped and I just heard somebody inside going, like, help, I would go grab them.
God, that she didn't kill herself or somebody else there. Just an unsuspecting, innocent...
If you saved my life, I would consider gifting a few subs. Thank you. I appreciate that.
...car that she could have easily veered to the left instead of the right and just hit with a head-on collision, which would have potentially been fatal. Also, her squeals that
Just a
she
few?
lets out...
Like 3, maybe 4.
Oh, man, that is ear-piercing. And then she has, like, that full-blown, like, angry, middle-aged...
I knew somebody was going to say I'd gift, like, 6 or 7. I'm timing you out. You're sitting in a corner for 10 minutes.
Scream...
You all just did it. I literally knew... Dude.
After it, like... Man, that is ear-piercing. And then she has, like, that full-blown, like... angry middle-aged mom scream after it like comes to a
It was like a tantrum.
stop when it's entirely her fault. Apparently, again, the story is she's like a nurse practitioner and lied to the Turo owner here of this vehicle about what happened and why the car got crashed. I haven't seen too many details on all of that, but it's entirely her fault. You can see here in the...
You guys ever crashed a car before? I've gotten in a car crash. It was a fender bender once, a year and a half ago. I was, I think I've said this. I was driving to class, and it, like, everybody stopped. There was a traffic light, and I had to brake pretty quickly, and my book bag fell onto the ground, and I leaned over to grab it, and my foot came off the brake, and I just fucking, like, slow rolled and hit the car in front of me, and I had to pay, like, $3,000 to fix their fucking, I had to replace their whole bumper. Yeah, it was a Hyundai. Yep, you knew. I've told this story. It was a Hyundai. And I'm like sitting here going, how expensive is a fucking... Maybe it was like $2,000. I don't really remember. I paid out of pocket because I was like, I'm not involving insurance in this. I was like, just tell me how much it is. And in my brain, I was like, because it was a crack. In my brain, I was like, it's probably going to be like $500. And then she lets me know. She's like, yeah, it's like $2,000. I was like, what? You're a millionaire though? Bro, I make good money. I make better money now. I didn't make as much a year and a half ago. And that was like, I was tweaking. I remember I was at class and I was talking to this one guy that like had, his dad was a mechanic. And he was like, what's the model of the car? What's the make? I'm like, it's a Hyundai. He was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be like $2-3,000. I'm like, you're lying. It's $2-3,000. He was like dead accurate. It was like right in the middle.
Footage. She is texting the vast majority of the time that she spends.
You mutant, thank you for the 5 gifted. Zokul, Big A, Uzis, FYD, and K for the sub. Nate, thank you for the 3. What's your arm workout? I mean, I do alternating bicep curls, tricep extensions, single arm tricep extensions, shoulder press, pull-ups, a lot of compound stuff. Super, thank you for the 3. Crushed my 4-wheeler in my old house's raised porch and took out one of the support beams. Somehow it's still standing. They never replaced it. Emil, thank you for the 3. Remember the pillow incident on Walking Dead game? Yeah. Skibbity for the sub. Emil, Sesame Guy, Tyler Brennan, Lefty for the sub. Hunter and Hubert, thank you for the 6 gifteds. The only other time I crashed my car was when I was pulling out of a bowling alley when I was 18. It was night, and I couldn't see that the curb was sticking out, and I scraped the entire side of my rim on the curb. Like, it fucking fucked up that side. It still worked, but, like, I was driving and it went, boom, and I just crashed right into it. But I've never, like, hit someone in a collision. JJ, thank you for the 5 gifteds. YB and Apple, thank you for the sub.
On the road. And I imagine this isn't an ice.
What do you do if your rental crashes? I had that worry in Iceland because I was, Iceland was so weird. Because they do constant road work and they have signs everywhere. And I rented a car because we had to go places. Every other country I've been to, shit's close. Iceland, everything's far away outside of Reykjavik. So I was like, I don't want to take a bus. So we rented a car and it was all like new asphalt they had on the ground, but you still were supposed to drive over it. They were just like, drive slow. And as I'm driving, you literally hear, have you ever driven on like a gravel road on a low to the ground car? And you just hear the rocks just slamming the car on, like, the underside of the car. Just like, donk, 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 donk. Just fucking slapping it. I'm like, this is fucking up the car. And so it was like every day we were driving, and I would hear that, like, 40% of the time. And every time I'm looking at Brooke, I'm like, this is fucking up this car. Like, what do I do if we pull up and they're like, the car's fucked, you need to pay for this? Like, it's not even my fault. It's just the roads we're driving on. But it was fine, apparently. There was already scratches all over it, and I think that's just, like, the road conditions of Iceland.
Isolated incident. This is probably...
But if you crash a rental car, and it's not your fault, it's just insurance, right? Like, it would be the rental's insurance would pay. No. If you have your own personal car insurance, but then there's a rental agreement where there's money set... How does that work, actually? I don't know. I don't want to find out. Just don't crash a rental car, and then you'll never know. And then you'll never need to know. Carlos, I don't do Klaus voice on the React days. Coffee and 2 for the sub. Refund that.
How she goes about her daily commutes. You can tell.
And before people spam channel point redemptions, I'm not doing channel point redemptions right now. I'm not trying to start that. Broke, thank you for the 3. Trying to fund my law firm, Joe Richalozzi. You want to be a lawyer?
People till the cows come home, how dangerous and bad it is to text and
What about end stream? Well, that one would be different.
drive, but then you're still going
But a mod couldn't redeem that. Matthias, thank you for the
to
sub.
have people like this doing it. And it's actually, to me, it seems like becoming more common. Like, I know there was like even a trend a little
I know a guy. You know a guy that has 10 million channel points that isn't a mod.
while ago for streamers to do like car
See, I don't know. I feel like they'd be scheming. Corruption redeemed end stream. Bro, I feel like Zod and some of the mods be scheming. They'll scam channel points for random viewers and then kind of like puppeteer them.
streams, and in some of them, they were
He has 10 million channel points.
just texting and reading the chat while driving, like while being filmed doing it. So it seems like
I would ask that you don't redeem end stream this week, seeing that I am taking the 8th to the 14th off to film vlogs. Please do not redeem end stream. I would like to get content in today.
people don't
I have 0 channel points. Okay.
really grasp how important it is to not drive distracted. But anyway, this is probably the most egregious example of it that I've seen. This is unhinged. It's like she totally forgot she was operating a motor vehicle. She was so engrossed in her phone. That took priority over everyone's lives around her and her own life. Now, I don't know what the outcome of all of this was. There's not a ton of information I can find on it, other than, like, she's apparently a nurse practitioner and apparently lied about how the car got crashed.
Well, and I mean, I doubt that would that get you in, like, legal trouble? With insurance, for sure. Wouldn't that be technically, like, insurance fraud? Of some sorts? If you lied, somebody redeemed Flex. If you lied about a car crash, that would be bad. Because that would be the same thing as, like, trying to get a claim for something. That'd be like you getting in a drunk driving accident and being like, a deer ran out in front of me. A deer ran out in front of me.
But the owner of the vehicle had the interior facing dash cam.
I can't imagine living in, like, Maine and having an everyday worry being hitting a fucking moose. Like, what a fear that is. In most states, it's like, you don't want to hit a deer or, like, some small mammal. Or not small. Deers are big. Or deer are big. But not big enough to where it's going to, like, fuck your car. If you hit a moose, you'll die. Like, you're going to die. Like, the moose will topple into your windshield and crush you.
As well as the other dash cam. People were debating if that's even legal to have, like, a rented car with an interior facing dash cam. I looked it up. It is, but you just need to disclose to the renter that it's there, which I imagine is part of, like, the signed contract between them or something. I've never used Turo. I'm not super familiar with it, but it seems like
I'm just not using Turo. What is the upside for any citizen? I understand the upside for a renter to use Turo because you're going to make money. But why the fuck would I ever want to rent a car from some random fuck than, like, a solidified business? Because it's cheaper, I assume. I would guess that there's probably some discount of sorts. But I feel like it would be more expensive because they have one car. It'd be like renting the extra car out that you have that you're just not using.
owner is well within
More mileage. You're saying you would get more miles out of the rent agreement? Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, at that point, just, like, lease a vehicle if you need to fucking get that many miles out of it.
the right to do that. And I could definitely see why people that are renting their
Bad credit score? Bro, that's even more of a reason to not be a renter. If the only people that are renting my car out have a 400 credit score, I don't want to give them my car. That's like the least reliable person you know. Like, I don't like the idea of credit. I think credit in the United States has solidified the idea that Americans don't understand how much money they actually have and can spend in a given time frame. But if you have a 400 credit score, you're like that friend that never pays people back. Like, you are very unreliable in lending money to you. Like, the odds you pay me back on like a DraftKings scale would be like plus 1,000. Like, if I give you $10, you're gonna ask me to give it back to me in Klarna payments. Like, that's a 400 credit score. No credit scores. I feel like no credit score is better than that.
Car Out might want that as like a bit of a security measure here, as this case beautifully illustrates where
a 670 credit score, that's actually pretty good. It's not amazing. You could have like an 850, but like a 670 credit score is actually not that bad. I know you're trying to make a joke. But like a 670 credit score, you could loan money to somebody with a 670 credit score.
Your car gets wrecked, and then all of a sudden the person that was driving it starts farting out a fairy tale about how it's not their fault, and then you've got no evidence that it was their fault, so now you're stuck with your dick in your hand, and you're going to have to pay for that most likely. So I can see why you would want that there, and in this case it probably saved them a huge headache because they can instantly point to this as her fault, because it is her fault. Entirely her fault. Anyway, though, enough blabbering about it from me today. A little PSA for you. Don't text and drive. That's really about it. So, yeah.
I would kind of feel bad about saying that if you were texting and driving, though, and you, like, you ran the car off the side of the road and crashed it, would you guys try to get out of it? Would you be like, no, the tire popped and I flew off the road? Like, what would you say? What do you think she said happened? You know? What do you come up with? I wouldn't know. Like, if I was texting and driving and I just veered off a road casually and hit a mailbox and, like, fell into a ditch, like, do you say, I would be like, I don't know, dude, the transmission just locked up. Yeah, like the thingamabob in the car just started going clunk, 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 and then I just like swerved off in the side of the road. There's a deer. Yeah, but you hit the deer. You would hit the deer. There would be a dead deer. You're saying you veered off the road, did not hit a deer? I saw a dog. That'd still be your fault, though. That wouldn't get you out of the insurance issues. You would need to come up with something where it's like the car fucked up and that's why you crashed. A kid, a blind child ran into the middle of the road and I had to veer off very aggressively. Where's the kid at? I don't know. He was just wandering. There's no blind children in the area. Oh shit. Well, I don't know. What do you then they're just believing you? Online couples meet for the first time. Lock in.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Amber. I'm here to meet Huey.
Bro, when was the last time we watched a cut video? I'm so excited for this. I feel like this is going to be so awkward. Online couples meet for the first time. How long do you think they've been dating?
Hi.
Surprised Lorelai. Wow, that's such a cool name. Lorelai. With a flight back to LA this month. I mean, bro, why, at what point do they live together? You know what I mean? At what point do you go from e-dating to being like, I'm going to move for you, Probably never. No, at some point, bro. They're going, we got to move together. Gavish and Trizzy for the sub. Yabo for the 3. This video makes me want to crawl in my skin, never leave. Pancakes and Big for the sub. Melon for the 3. Can you check my bank request? I was just showing you my opinion. I don't really want to type. What? Can you check my bank request, please? I was just sharing my own opinion. Do you mean unban request? You put bank request. Yeah, I'll unban you, whatever. Snap for the 3. I swear for every scenario and possibility you know a guy, some for the 3. No, it's not every scenario. But there's usually like a story that I could relate to something. I'm going to Cheesecake Factory in New Jersey. What do you recommend? Not going to Cheesecake Factory. Thank you. Najin, Emil, thank you for the sub. Ezra, thank you for the three. When you and Brooke started dating, what would y'all talk about, like, to keep the convo alive? Anything. I think if you have to physically come up with conversation starters, that shows that you guys don't connect. In my opinion. I think it should just flow. Like, maybe you have one thing that you're like, I want to ask them about this. Anything. I could go into a conversation with Brooke with a blank mindset, and we would just talk about stuff. I don't know. Life, family, sports, not video games. She doesn't like video games. I don't know. Stuff. Current events. What we do. What our passions are. I don't fucking know. Stuff. Jungles for the sub. Iron Rack, Big Tom, and S for the sub. Tied for the 3. Tater, Plant, thank you for the 3. Full cardboard cutout. I have a full body cardboard cutout of you. That's a tongue twister. In my bathroom. Wow. Pancake for the 3. I hate when people make sex seem like it's a bad thing. I've never understood it. It's always come across as being pretentious to me, even from a religious context. Edward and Duke for the sub. I know what you mean. C. Bart and Flash for the sub. Silly for the 2K biddies. I already read that. Q-Tip for the 7. Has your bum found out with the Clash of Clans gems you spent on her card? Yeah, Devin for the sub. Rex Arena for the 5. Guy absolutely fucking fumbled one of that girl. Matrix, thank you for the 5. Gift is baby and Gavish for the sub. Trizzy for the sub. Yabo for the 3. What, when I was like 10? Yeah. But that was way back. Did you talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? I mean, yeah. That was like a thing for Brooke. I think it's a thing for most couples, if I'm being honest. I can be friends with someone that has a different political viewpoint than me or a religious viewpoint than me. But I think, and you don't have to have identical beliefs, but it is a genuine thing that, like, most relationships that work, the couples similarly agree on either base religious viewpoints or political points. Like, if you're hardcore conservative and your girlfriend's hardcore liberal and you're Christian and she's Buddhist, you're not working. Like, on a fundamental level, you both perceive and act in life differently, you know? Joe, it's a meme. I know. I'm just saying a point, man. I'm just talking, right? I'm not talking about the stupid Jaden Smith meme. I'm just saying in life. Like, because that's another thing is, like, how you would raise your kids if you want to have kids. Like, the biggest things that people will say you have to agree upon or understand in, I guess, what is it called when you meet in a middle ground? Starts with a C. Weed brain here. What is it? Compromise. When you compromise with someone, there's, like, usually 4 things in a relationship that you have to have work in some sort of compromise or level that you can understand one another. Money, religion, politics, and kids. How are you going to raise your kids? How are you going to handle money? What do you believe about life and religion in general, if you have any beliefs? And what do you think about how society should be ran? And if you disagree fundamentally on multiple of those things and can't compromise in any center point, you're not going to work. Usually, right? I mean, there's probably other cases where that's proven wrong, but, like, you got to think, man. Like, I could be friends with people that disagree with me hardcore religiously and politically. But, like, if that was my girlfriend and we had to have children and live a life together, that's not going to work, right? Because we're both going to want different things and see different things. I think it's different when, like, you have an agnostic partner and a religious partner. But if it's like hard conservative, hard liberal, hard Christian, hard atheist, right? Like, or something of those sorts, it's usually not, it doesn't work. Just because how your consciousness is you don't perceive life the same. Silly, Solo, and Matrix for the sub. Neo for the 5. Gifted Saucy for the 3. Or for the 5. Love these streams. They're always so juicy. Rocket for the sub. Thank you. All right, next video, chat. Hold up. Bro, I gotta say, not sponsored, but these shits, so fucking good. because they're not as bad for you as like regular soda. Oh my God, I'd just be sipping them. It's just like a watered down root beer. That's what it tastes like. Crazy world of insane fan theories.
You see, the average male height of a human being...
Deku and Bakugo for sure are in love with each other. You can see it in season 3, episode 27, the way they gaze into each other's eyes.
is 5'6" tall, 1.67 meters. The average female is 5'2" or 1.57 meters. Our crewmate...
Am I watching a game theorist video? Oh, shit, no. Oh, he's taking a clip of the game theorist. I'm like, what am I doing right now?
Tall, 1.67 meters.
Wait, I gotta rewind.
You see, the average male height of a human being is 5'6" tall, 1.67 meters. The average female is 5'2" or 1.57 meters. Our crewmates in Among...
The average male is 5'6"? In the world? Yeah. No. The average man is 5'6".
I love fan theories, man. Where else are you gonna find people making like 50-paragraph breakdowns about how High School Musical and Breaking Bad can take place in the same universe? And okay, maybe you're thinking, wait, Adam, didn't you already do this one? Yeah, I did it 5 years ago, okay? Back when my head used to look like a thumb. I'm never not gonna have the time of my life going through extremely unmedicated hour-long YouTube...
Oh, I love the skin theory on SpongeBob, though. No, that's like the best theory. I remember watching that video with my chat. It's like it's a masterpiece. An hour-long video about like a random SpongeBob theory. What is it? That all of the cast in SpongeBob are wearing like skin suits, and they're not. There's multiple instances where they like unzip themselves and become something else.
Videos where someone has thought way too hard about the fact that in one of the Muppets Christmas specials, there's a scene where Kermit gets sent to an alternate universe where he was never born, but the fact that there is a visible shot of the World Trade Center in the skyline implies that in the Prime Muppets universe, he is canonically at least partially responsible for 9/11. And, you know, other things that I'm sure normal people think about all the time, like the exact measurements of Luigi's dick and balls.
By measuring out the length of the bulge as indicated by the shadow on his shoulder.
No, wait, whoa. Game theorists made a video about how big Luigi's dick is?
Dick and balls.
By measuring out the length of the bulge as indicated...
This is AI.
By the shadow on his shorts, it gives us a length of 10.85 centimeters.
What am I doing with my life?
7 inches, by the way, in case you wonder.
Ooh, did he actually do a whole video on that?
But I mean, I'll take that any day over like the usual depressing ass theories that are regurgitated by podcasts run by like a communal brain cell.
I fucking hate FNAF conspiracy theories or fan theories. I don't even want to hear them. They get too in-depth and annoying. I love FNAF. I love a lot of the FNAF games. I have nothing wrong with the FNAF fan base. It's just like some shit about FNAF gets, dude, it's like, when I hear a FNAF fan theory, it's like sometimes I'm hearing like you telling me the world is flat. Like you're reaching and you're reaching for into like a dark barrel that there's nothing in there. It's just we're just fucking spewing shit to spew shit to make FNAF more interesting than it is.
Like what if
it's a good Steam game? That's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's got a solid story. That's about it.
Finn from Adventure Time was in a coma? What if Ash from Pokemon was in a coma? And what if Homer Simpson was in a coma? But let me ask you an important question, okay? Why do the cars in the Cars movies have doors?
I always think if you cut a car in half, would it have like organs? And is like Lightning McQueen when he's inside the tractor trailer guy, like, is that a part of him, or is he just the trailer? Like, if I cut Lightning McQueen down the middle, would he be like a meat cube? Like, let me find an image. Lightning McQueen cut in half. Like, yeah, would he have like a functional... No, he'd be like... He's like a sentient metal being. But I sometimes envision it as like this. Like, if like he has a brain... and like a metal exterior, kind of like a turtle. And he needs gas as like food.
If your answer is because it's a movie for children, you might want to click off now because you are going to fucking hate the rest of this video. Even as a stupid-ass 10-year-old, I was questioning the logistics of the Cars universe. Like, why do they have rear-view mirrors and seats and steering wheels if there's no one to drive them? What is the purpose of a taxi in this society if everything else is a car? Who is bro driving? And will Lightning McQueen ever be held accountable for what he sent to those miners? I feel like it was straightforward enough in the first movie, but I mean, Cars 2 has a car pope, which implies the existence of a car Christianity and a car Jesus.
There's a car Jesus in Lightning McQueen. I don't remember there being a pope in Lightning McQueen in Cars.
Miners. I feel like has a car pope, which implies the existence of a car Christianity and a car Jesus.
Maida, are these cars considered lemons? Is the Pope Mobile Catholic?
Hey guys, so while that insane man has a mental breakdown, I'm going to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Man to Sleep Sound V2 mask, light savings, and now back to the video. Sarge in the first movie is a Jeep from 1939, and in the spin-off movie Planes, we literally see a flashback of Plain Sonic the Hedgehog fighting in Car World War II.
Look, Skipper, enemy ship, 2 o'clock low, 2 miles. Easy pickings, what do you say?
I do not remember there being a Plane spin-off of Cars. I don't remember any of this shit.
Negative, Jigsaw 2. Come on, Skip, it'll be a turkey shoot.
And we know that there are other countries like this too, because there's a Car Italy and Japan.
Trying to click on a motherfucker's chat. Hold up. I was trying to ban this kid. Just spamming fuck you. You made your account 17 minutes ago, bro. Fuck off.
There's a Car Italy and Japan. This is a population of merchandisable sentient vehicles on a
Yeah, there are no humans. Why are there buildings? Where do they go inside? Like, what do they do in these buildings? There's billboards in, you know, Japanese and shit. They're in Tokyo. Where do they go? Like, is the Cars universe fully populated by only cars?
There's a population of merchandisable sentient vehicles on a global scale. Cars 2 also has a TSA, which begs the question, do you think the plane was sentient? And there are UFOs that are also...
I mean, is 9/11 canonically in Cars? And yes, sure, then it wasn't even a hijacking. It would have just been a straight-up terrorist attack from the planes themselves.
And there are UFOs that are also cars, which implies the entire galaxy is like this. And the more we find out, the more questions we get from the extensive lore they...
Yeah, that every machine is sentient. Is that a dinosaur car?
Casually drop in the car shorts, like finding out they apparently evolved from prehistoric cars and car dinosaurs. And this is not even mentioning the scene where Maida goes to the bathroom. Which, I mean, yeah, you could be like, is a car wash for them, but then why are there sinks and a hole in the ground? Do they shit? I mean, we get confirmation in Cars 2 that they can die, because Maida makes about 38 potential orphans in that movie, which is not even surprising coming from the guy that casually has a bunch of amputated body parts in his scrapyard that nobody in radio...
Oh my god, yeah, mechanics shop is basically like an organ transplant facility. It's like a hospital. When you're at a mechanics place and you're like, I need new tires, they're like giving you other tires from dead people.
Theater Springs thinks it's weird at all. Maybe because in a deleted scene in the first movie, Lightning's original punishment for the $80 billion of property damage he caused was for them to surgically remove his fucking brain and transplant it into another car.
What have you done to me? You put my engine in a steamroller?
This being before they put Maida's brain into McQueen's body and he's able to drive around using his hollowed out corpse.
What do you think you're doing?
Just borrowing your body. Come on, you ain't using it. I'll give it back when you're done.
And even if at the end you find out it was all a dream, still, this scene tells us that the souls of the cars are stored in their engine. But then, in like the...
So it's like Altered Carbon, the show where your consciousness is stuck in a chip and your body's just a sleeve. So they can transport their brain or their being into other cars by just transplanting engines.
The opening 5 minutes of the first movie, we are burdened with the knowledge of the existence of car children. But how do they reproduce? We also see Francesco's mother in Cars 2. How does that...
I feel like it's probably like I was going to say it's like asexual reproduction.
That work? Did she birth him? There's been some pretty solid ideas thrown around. You know, people were saying they were evolved from, like, insects, given...
That's the image I just showed. No, not even evolved from insects. They're like turtles, dude. They're like reptiles. Oh, but they don't have a skeletal system. Yeah, that's a solid point. Yeah, they have like a bit of an endoskeleton, and that's it. So are they not made of metal? Because if they have a metal detector at an airport, that would just always go off because their whole car is made of metal. So that means the actual car itself isn't made of metal. It's made of some other material that's similar to metal in terms of actual strength and plasticity, but not in actual Like, how do you say this? Like, you couldn't use it as metal.
Sex, given that like all of the animals are also cars. There's like some
it's like their skin. No, it's like a shell.
interviews with Pixar that I'm choosing not to source where they said they might have evolved from like self-driving cars, which would explain the constant remnants of human influence. Or maybe, as this one guy with an unnecessarily detailed diagram was willing to ask, what if the humans are the cars? Which only sounds crazy.
What? Like, at some point we evolutionarily just put ourselves in cars, and then now we just reproduce from that.
Until you remember that the cars eat human food in Cars 2, okay? When Mater goes to Japan, he eats normal-ass sushi that I guess is made from fucking carfish or something. The cars drink oil, but also water and regular alcohol that I don't even know how they get in their mouths because they don't have fucking hands. And in the first movie, Mater takes Lightning to a farm to go tractor tipping, and I've always wondered why they were even there. Because it forces you to ask whether they eat the tractors or the much worse option of whether they are milking them. And if you want to like consider the Pixar theory, you know, the idea that every Pixar movie is connected along the same timeline that only works if you don't think about it at all, you could say that this just takes place a while after they destroy the planet in WALL-E and that all of the cars are mech suits devised by the remaining population of Reddit mods, which is my personal favorite because that means that Cars 2...
like Cars is fully after WALL-E and was the full solution to everybody being morbidly obese and the world dying.
...is a full-length Gundam movie. Anyway, let's talk about something I don't shoehorn into enough things on this channel, Transformers. In the lead up to the 7th Transformers movie that any normal person that gets more than 5 minutes of sunlight a day probably isn't aware is...
Yes, yeah. Yo, throw it in sub only, bro. Throw it in sub only. Yes. We've talked about it multiple times, bro. It's been like 2 weeks. We've talked about it. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Silly, thank you for the 3. I'm trying not to use Discord still with my mom. She doesn't, I still with my mom, and she doesn't want it in her house. Will you ever play Detroit Become Human on a game day? I already played the game. Daring and Funky for the sub, Yen for the sub, Silly for the 3. My full name, I'm not reading that. Jaden, thank you for the 3. I'm sorry, but it's FNAF, not FANAF. It was bothering me. FNAF. I'm just saying it quickly. Denver and Jared for the sub, Melon, and Melon for the sub, LN for the sub.
Separate to the Michael Bay movies, which you can tell by the absence of pissing robots, we found out that the bad guy of the movie was going to be Unicron, this big-ass planet.
Wait, what is this, Transformers?
Separate to the Transformers movie, that means that Cars 2 is a full-length Gundam movie. Anyway, let's talk about something I don't shoehorn into enough things on this channel, Transformers. In the lead up to the 7th Transformers movie that any normal person that gets more than 5 minutes of sunlight a day probably isn't aware is separate to the Michael Bay movies, which you can tell by the absence of pissing robots, we found out that the bad guy of the movie was going to be Unicron, this big-ass planet dude with 0 character traits outside of gobbling up planets and kidnapping the hottest member of their species to turn into his edgy deviant seas he calls Terracons. One of these Terracons is Scourge, who before the movie came out, all we knew about him was he was like a big evil dude who turns into a truck and appeared to be wearing a mask. And one day, when some promo art for his toy came out, someone noticed something a little strange. Because the only part of his face that we could see behind the mask looked suspiciously like Optimus Prime's head. And that's when it hit me and the other 7 people that were excited for this movie. What if Scourge was Optimus Prime? Not this Optimus Prime, the Optimus from the Michael Bay movies, who I must remind you are not the same guy, I promise. The last movie Michael Bay did ends on a cliffhanger that was never resolved because it was genuinely one of the worst things ever made by a human.
Bro, I don't even think I've seen I feel like Transformers started sucking after like the first 2 movies. I saw the one, like the first 2 with Shia LaBeouf, and then that was it.
Human being. In that movie, the last we saw of Optimus was that he had been like mind controlled by a squid lady to go around role-playing my childhood Friday nights with my dad, and then ended with us finding out that Unicron was like apparently hidden in the earth the entire time. Literally none of it made any sense in the actual movie, but all of a sudden it was like all of the extremely vague evidence that we needed. Because what if Unicron gobbled his ass and sent him to a different universe as the Transformers equivalent of Shadow the Hedgehog? And look at all of the compelling evidence. They both turn into a truck. Yeah, but considering that like this Scourge design wasn't even the one they were going to use in the movie and that the head was definitely just a reused asset, ultimately everyone decided that maybe we were all getting a little carried away. Until...
Yeah, because they did discolor it.
Another toy came out for another Terracon battle trap, except the promo art they used wasn't of his actual model, but instead it was Ironhide, also from the Michael Bay movies. And putting aside the fact that it was probably just the package designers being lazy and that Ironhide was literally already fucking dead, even more Art of Scourge came out with the smokestacks on his back, just like Optimus Prime. This idea was like so unbelievably stupid and would completely isolate general audiences that have literally no fucking idea what any of this means, but I went into this movie so...
I mean, I have no idea what he's fucking talking about right now. I feel like Transformers in general is just one of those film series where you can't really get attached to any of the characters whatsoever because they're literally just metal cars that all look the fucking same. Like, some of them look badass and some of them don't, and some of them look cool and big, and they have weapons and they transform into cool cars. But like outside of like the big three, where it's like Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, or like what's that big guy from the one where he has to recruit people? I don't fucking know his name. But like outside of those three, they all just kind of look like robots.
Goddamn ready for the most convoluted twist ever put to film, and then nah, Scourge is just a guy. They even do a whole scene where his mask gets knocked off, and it's meant to be like a huge reveal, but nah, he's just ugly. We never find out where he came from or what his deal was. He just spends the entire movie aura farming until he gets decapitated. But of course, we're going to save the best till last for a theory that's so good that you can play as it in Fortnite now as long as you're willing to pay $32. The Darth Jar Jar theory. Our theory is probably like the most well-known fan theory of all time, and it's not like I'm going to be going over anything new here. I just think this one's really fun. Unless you don't care about Star Wars, in which case this is going to be a really rough 4 minutes. 1999 might have been the year that we came the closest to world peace, because the only thing that anyone cared about, other than the impending Y2K apocalypse, was how much everyone fucking hated Jar Jar Binks. Star Wars Episode 1 was easily like one of the most hyped movies of all time, being like the first Star...
Bro, there's like no movies anymore that people get... What was the last movie that people got like really fucking hype for? Where there were like lines out the movie theater, news stations were reporting on it. Superman? Get the fuck out of here. Nobody was hyped for Superman. You're living in fucking La La Land. If you think the news and there were lines out the door, I still haven't seen the new Superman, and I don't really care when I see the new Superman. No one gave a fuck about that. The Minecraft movie was a meme. It wasn't culturally hype. Everybody was hyped to go see the Minecraft movie to hear Chicken Jockey and go and fucking record their friend throwing popcorn on the people in front of them. I feel like it wasn't Oppenheimer and Barbie. I feel like the last time people were hyped for a movie was Endgame. Endgame was the last time where it was like, this is a big deal. Like, Minecraft wasn't... No Way Home also wasn't a big deal. Brady, I'm sorry. No Way Home wasn't a big deal. I went to the movie theater to see No Way Home a week after it dropped, and there was like 10 people in the fucking theater. It wasn't big. Endgame was huge. Okay? Endgame was huge. Oppenheimer and Barbie, it was cool to go see both at once. It was a trend. It wasn't huge. Star Wars, I'm saying Star Wars big, was Endgame. Like, movie theaters were full. No Way Home made $2 billion. I don't care. I'm saying it wasn't as culturally big. How much did Endgame make? $2.9 billion. How much did No Way Home make? $1.91 billion. $804 million domestically. So most of it was international. Same thing with Endgame. That's just most movies. I don't know. I feel like No Way Home... okay, this is a better way that I could describe it. No Way Home and Endgame were hype because of a lead... Like, Endgame was a hype thing because it was a lead-up of a big story to, like, a somewhat resolution of a series. Whereas No Way Home was just like Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Oh, you remember Spider-Man? Oh, this is all three of them. All three of them are in this movie. It's just like getting the fucking, the goats of And Spider-Man only did so good because when you think of a superhero internationally, outside of the United States, people say Spider-Man. When you say, give me a superhero, people say Batman, Spider-Man, Superman. When you say Marvel heroes aren't superheroes, right? Like, if I say name a superhero, your ass is not saying, Star-Lord, Rocket the Raccoon, Groot. No, I'm saying Thor. You're not saying Thor. Maybe Thor. Maybe Thor, maybe Iron Man, but probably not Iron Man. You're probably going like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, or like, yeah, Thor. Hulk. Hulk's not, I don't know. Hulk, maybe. Captain America, maybe. But like, it's just, I'm saying for foreign audiences, like outside of the US, Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man are huge. Right, like in terms of just hero recognizability, like their name, they've transitioned outside of English-speaking countries more than Iron Man has, or Hawkeye, or Ant-Man. So I think that's why it did well too. But I just can't remember. Like, I think the last movies that I can think of that probably were like really fucking big and hype to go see: Star Wars, Harry Potter, Twilight. Big one. Twilight was probably huge to go see. Avatar 2, maybe. Avatar 2, not really. Nobody gave a fuck about Avatar 2. Avatar 2 did well. Like, Avatar 2 income, $2.3 billion, but it wasn't culturally hype. Like, nobody was like, I need to go see Avatar. Everybody wanted it for years. But it's not a good story. It's like whatever, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, Avatar 2 is just, it's hype because it's a big production movie that looks visually amazing. It's a long film, and it did really well the first time. I'm saying it's a good story. It's not as hype as fucking Twilight was. I'm telling you. It's not as hype as Twilight was. Like, bro, how much Harry Potter... What was the last Harry Potter movie? Last movie. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Part 2 income. $1.3 billion. But that was in 2011. $1.3 billion today. It doesn't say. $1.3 billion in 2011 today. 1.87 billion. So around the same. I don't know. I just feel like there was it just seems more culturally hype.
Star Wars movie in 16 years that promised to show us like the origin.
Like, look at that shit. Nobody's fucking going to be like, Avatar 2! I'm cosplaying! Avatar 2's out! I'm so excited!
Of Darth Vader and the younger.
You had motherfuckers paper macheing helmets to go see fucking Star Wars, bro. You had motherfuckers dressing up in full cosplay gear that they spent a week on to go sit and be like, I'm like as a Wookiee or whatever it was.
Yoda. So I think it was a perfectly reasonable crash out when people saw the movie and then found out that half the screen time was going to be spent on this dude. That everyone thought was way too cartoonish and unrealistic in a series about telekinetic space wizards.
Mr. called Jar Jar Binks. Mr. Your humble servant.
Oh my God, bro.
I think when the new Miles Morales Spider-Man comes out, it'll be the biggest movie of the decade. Maybe.
It only took one guy on Reddit to forever change the legacy of this insufferable piece of shit.
I don't think it will be. Biggest movie of the decade?
Shit character and an iconic theory that I'm about to regurgitate to you now as if this shit didn't come out like 8 years ago. The Phantom Menace is kind of a hard story to explain the plot of. It is like unnecessarily complicated for a movie that's meant to be selling McDonald's cups, so I'm gonna do my best to like summarize it as poorly and quickly as possible. Two Jedi, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Liam Neeson, go to a planet called Naboo to protect Natalie Portman from a race of frog people, and on the way run into a 9-year-old slave called Anakin Skywalker, who I'm sure is gonna turn out just fine. But also, some annoying-ass frog guy named Jar Jar Binks, whose most important contribution to the movie is a scene where he steps in shit. But like, what if he was just making himself look like a dumbass so that no one suspected him, like a Bruce Wayne Batman kind of thing, you know? And I mean, it works because it is unbelievable how many political discussions he's able to eavesdrop on because everyone hates him too much to even care that he's there. But sometimes he lets the mask slip, okay? Because, like, within 5 minutes of meeting Liam Neeson, he immediately does this sick-ass backflip from, like, a jump 100 feet in the air. You think a normal guy can do that? Not in Star Wars, okay? They make a huge point that the only people that can do that kind of shit are Force-sensitive or Boba Fett. So whenever he's involved in combat, he just acts like he's not a threat. Like, yeah, it's just a total coincidence that he squad wipes, like, 50 droids at the end of the movie. Okay, sure, man. And we also know that George Lucas loves doing shit like this, because consider this, alright? Yoda was also
siblings.
A freaky little gremlin man until we found out that he was the most powerful Jedi in the entire galaxy. Same with Senator Palpatine, who we later found out is actually the Emperor of the Dark Side, who just puts on a hood every time he has to do his evil Skype calls. And then you start to notice other things, like that Jar Jar has yellow eyes, just...
Did you not know Luke and Leia are siblings? Bro, I have not seen the Star Wars films in like 10 years.
Like the Sith.
And I've only seen like 3 of them.
Dude. And so does literally every other member of his species, but don't worry about that because you might notice how he waves.
Bro, they're peak. Bro, they're peak. Bro, they're peak. You have to go watch the 15 Star Wars films. Make sure you go watch all the movies. It's like, bro, when somebody's like, dude, the Loki show, though? Oh, my God. Oh, you haven't seen a lot of Marvel films? Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm going to give you a list of 35 different things that's going to take you 7 weeks to get through. You need to watch them in this order and make sure to take notes.
His hand during key scenes in the movie the same way that the Jedi do whenever they use mind tricks.
Joe, you watch anime? I haven't watched anime in forever. I have not watched anime in like 2 months. I've only seen 3 animes as well. I like Marvel. I like, I don't know. I just watch like one-off movies. I've seen all of Harry Potter. I've seen a bit of Star Wars. You know a good fucking movie series? Hunger Games. That's the last time. That's the last time. That's the last time something was culturally hype. Hunger Games Part 2. Hunger Games Catching Fire was the hypest movie ever. Not OG Hunger Games. Hunger Games Catching Fire was hype. Building off the second one, The Maze Runner. Get the fuck out of here, The Maze Runner. With Dylan O'Brien.
And that's why every droid...
We gotta get out of the maze. Maze Runner's so dick because the second movie immediately pivots away. I don't want to sound like a nerd, but the second Maze Runner movie is nothing like the book, and it sucks.
And the entire movie immediately profiles him for some reason because his...
And I read the Maze Runner books.
Mind control doesn't work on them if they're not alive.
You know, I find that Jar Jar creature to be a little odd.
And if you still aren't convinced, at Liam Neeson's funeral, you can see him smile, kind of. But who's he standing next to? Palpatine. The same person that he would later grant emergency power to in the second movie after someone was insane enough to give this dipshit an important role in Parliament. The only reason that Palpatine was able to take control of the galaxy was because of Jar Jar Binks. That is not even a theory, that is literally the plot of the movie. Which makes even more sense when you remember that Jar Jar and Palpatine are from the same planet.
Always do.
This seems like the most realistic theory out of the bunch.
There are no more, no less. A master.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
A master and an apprentice.
And in the scene when...
See, I ain't watching Star Wars films. I don't know who's in these movies.
Natalie Portman convinces Liam Neeson...
Like, that's the guy from Taken, Liam Neeson.
...to take her with him for the rest of...
I haven't seen these movies in so long.
...the movie. Look at the lip sync here, okay? Enhance that footage.
Spaceport is not going to be pleasant. The Queen wishes it. The Queen wishes it.
Depending on how much sleep you get, that is either random lip movements or blatant evidence. And he does it again to Natalie Portman later on, okay?
Queen doesn't need to know.
Well, I don't approve.
Bro said, Joe, you're so out of touch. Holy shit. I'm out of touch because I haven't seen one singular movie series. I'm out of touch because I haven't seen one singular movie series and the 3 trash end of the fucking road Transformer series. That would be like you telling me I'm out of touch because I haven't seen fucking I haven't seen the 3rd Rise of the Planet of the Apes film.
Well, I don't approve.
What, you don't know the orangutan can do calculus? Talk about out of touch.
You beginning to believe?
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't sense anything.
It's not about the mission, Master. It's something elsewhere. Elusive.
And okay, maybe you can be like, well, no, that's stupid because none of that ended up happening in the other prequels. Yeah, because George Lucas is a pussy, okay? Like when The Phantom Menace came out and half the population of the world wanted George Lucas dead for giving Jar Jar more screen time than the lightsabers, he apparently had to like completely rewrite the second and third movies to the point where Jar Jar ended up being in them for like 2 seconds. So maybe he gave up on what could have been the greatest twist in cinematic history. But people didn't give up on the dream, okay? Because when Disney put out their own Star Wars movie about 15 years later that ended on a cliffhanger of a brand new bad guy Snoke, this shit started all over again.
People have written 20-page blog posts that your character is the evil Jar Jar Binks. Care to comment?
Well, it's true.
But no, he was just a random clone grown in a lab by Palpatine. Okay, but I don't care, okay? Because I am a Jar Jar truther now.
The first script that everyone got when we landed for Attack of the Clones, that was the title page, Jar Jar's Great Adventure. It was George kind of saying, right now it might be rough, but in the future, you'll see that this was all Jar Jar's Great Adventure.
That would be like a shit way to end the series, though, if Jar Jar Binks ended up becoming like a huge main character, though. Just looking outward from the films that I haven't seen, like anything I remember from the film, he was like this corny ass character. If they ended up making the whole series revolve around him, that would have sucked. All right, I gotta go piss real quick. Then we're gonna lock back in for the next video. Oh, count me down 30 seconds. Ugh. We're back. Gruff and Lil Biggie for the sub. Goat for the sub. Mister for the 3. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Mr. for the 3, have you seen Weapons, the movie? No. Smoking for the 3. Hunger Games was only good because Charlie was in the first one. What do you mean Charlie? It's Rocco for the 3. Have you ever seen Mandalorian? No. MX for the sub. MX for the 1,000 biddies. Just keep a Twitch sub. I want to say thanks for the content. You make me laugh when I'm sad. You're the best streamer. Thank you. Straw for the sub. Smoking, thank you for the 3. Nick and Cessna for the sub. Sab, Gaming for the sub. I think I read the rest. Silly for the 3. I already read that. Mister for the 3. All right. Next video, chat. I kind of know. I don't know if I want to save this or if we want to watch this one right now. It's about movies. Do we want to watch? We might replace it because I don't want to do too many about movies. We'll do this one. Should we do who's the GOAT in every major sport or movies I would hate to live in? Which one? Run a poll. Most people are saying movies. I know it's going to be movies. All right, we'll do that one right now. Movies I would hate to live in. Let's lock it in here. Well, actually, before I start, what movie would I hate to live in? Human Centipede. Be pretty rough. Do we mean, like, what movie would I not want to be in their universe? Or would I not want to be a character in? Because, like, universe-wise, any Marvel would suck. Just because there's always shit that's destroying the universe. There's always, like, an imminent death fear. Like Bird Box, yeah, Smile. Shit like that. But, I mean, like, the average public individual doesn't know about it.
You know, growing up, I always wanted to be in movies. I like
Terrifier? Yeah, but if you're in the movie Terrifier, no, I think it's saying, like, movies I would hate to live in, not in the character sense, because there's half of the movies that you've ever seen would be like Conjuring. Being a character in Conjuring would suck. But, like, if you're a character just in the Terrifier universe, that's not that bad. Like, you're just, the odds that the Terrifier is going to hunt you down are really low. Yeah, being in The Quiet Place would suck. Being in Bird Box would suck. Because, like, you're just in an apocalypse.
I mean, like, in the movie. Who could blame me? They're so cool. But now that I've grown, I see that a majority of these movies I thought were super cool to live in actually aren't. So that's what I'll be going over today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be going over some movies I'd hate to live in. Yeah, do a little series. And in the end, I'll go over the movie that I'd hate to live in the most. First one up, Avengers, or every Marvel movie. As much as
every Marvel movie, bro, I feel like living in Morbius would be pretty normal. Hey, well, it's the Marvel universe, but like a disconnected Marvel universe would probably not. Yeah, like being in like the fucking Morbius movie wouldn't be that bad. What I don't like is how in the Avengers films, they never broadcast like how many people just fucking died. Like, this is a like world-eating apocalypse situation in one of the biggest cities in the United States. And no one died. In Endgame they did? Yeah, because in Endgame, half of everybody that's ever lived dies. Half of everybody that ever lives. Where's like the fucking car just crushing a family of 5? They never show that. They should show that. Spoiler alert, in Thunderbolts, the main villain in Thunderbolts, the main villain's like popping a lot of people into the dark universe. Like he goes like boom, and you just disappear into the shadow realm. And one of these kids almost gets hit by a car and the guy saves him, and then the dude just goes boom and kills the kid. And in the film, while I'm watching it, I go, they finally did it. They finally did it. They killed a kid. Because realistically, like, people are going to die. And then at the end of the film, spoiler alert, he just spawns back. He just comes back. Stupid. Right? Like, you have to show that shit.
I love superheroes.
And Civil War was all about that shit. Bro, but they don't show it. It's just like, people are dying. People are dying. A few thousand people died. No, dude, millions would die. Also, I hate Hawkeye. I'm not getting on this rant again. I hate Hawkeye. He's a loser. He has a bow and arrow, bro. You have infinite arrows. This is the film where I remember seeing him go like this, like 100 times. And then he like never runs out of arrows until it's a point where he really needs an arrow. So dumb. Like, is he just wandering around picking them up?
Gotta be an idiot to want to live in the Marvel universe. If you know even the slightest bit about Marvel, you know these dudes deal with planetary threats, no joke, more often than I see my dad. And New York gets the worst. NYC is like the punching bag or like the 1960s wife of the MCU. This city does not catch a break. And on top of the usual stuff New York already got to deal with.
Yeah, no one would live in New York. If the Avengers films were real, everybody would just get out of New York City. This would be like the worst place to live. I mean, rent would be at an all-time low. Because every other week, there's people that are just trying to demolish you.
Rats, high rent, drill rappers, rats. Now being in the MCU, they also gotta deal with constant alien invasions. A wizard.
And they never show like a real New York experience. I wish there was like a guy, they like broadcasted in the Avengers universe, like a guy getting a chopped cheese. Like yes, they do in Eternals. Yeah, Eternals is the worst movie ever. Yo, Zod's really pissing me off right now. I can tell Zod's a King Marvel dick rider because any point I make, he's like, they do in Eternals. In Morbius, they actually show it. They show somebody getting a chopped cheese. They show somebody getting a chopped cheese and actually kind of freaking out.
Opening rifts in the city. A giant who eats planets, a literal god, and a meth head with superpowers. And to a New Yorker, that last one probably sounds like the most regular one. If you were about to be teleported into the MCU, this city would quite literally be the worst place to be living already. And I already live here. Yep.
Zod, I'm sorry, I'm not actually mad at you.
It's not like if I got zapped in, I'd be put in like Wichita, Kansas or something. I would literally be in the epicenter of the problem. And as a regular New Yorkian civilian, I have no option but to live every day like it's my last. Cause it literally could be. And at that point, I don't think I'll even be scared. No.
Oh my God, wait, that's the scene. They should have just left her dead.
Literally could be. And at that,
like, you know how much that would have mattered? Because Marvel movies have become, after Endgame, you realize that there's no stakes to anything. That's why they suck now. I love Marvel. I love Marvel games. I love Marvel Rivals. I used to love Marvel Snap, right? But there's no stakes. After Endgame, like, you know it's going to be okay. There's never going to be a bad ending. It's always going to be, we fixed it. Everything's good now. Oh, everybody died? I found a stone that brings everyone back to life. You died? I'm powerful enough to revert it. You're back now. Stupid. Tony Stark's dead. The only reason they did that is because you know how much... The only reason they did that in Endgame is because they had to have somebody die. They had to have somebody die for it to be a big deal. For the movie to be good. And they should have done more. They should have killed more characters. They should have killed more people off. Aunt May died. Fuck Aunt May. Are you serious? Aunt May died. Canonically, Aunt May dies in every fucking Spider-Man situation. What do you mean? Aunt May died. Boo fucking who? She's a meaningless character, right? Iron Man dying is a much larger deal than Aunt May dying. Can we agree on that? No? Settle down real quick. I'm not saying meaningless, right? I know it matters to the story and it's very sad. But I'm saying Aunt May doesn't have follow-up movies. There's not going to be an Aunt May film. Spam L, that's fine. There's not going to be an Aunt May film. You know there's not going to be an Aunt May film. She's a character that's meant to die. She's written as a dying... Aunt May, Spider-Man needs Aunt May to die. That's why it's there, okay? Aunt May, wholesome, very supportive of Peter, dead. You could see it coming from a mile away. You're thinking of Uncle Ben? Oh, I'm thinking of Uncle Ben. Yeah, Uncle Ben always dies. Uncle Ben always dies, right? Oh, shit. Okay, either way, you could have seen it coming, right? When the fucking Green Goblin threw the grenades on her in that one scene, fucking throw that shit up. You know, she fucking... Boom! Boom! Tom Holland, too late, pal. Couldn't save her, right? And then it motivates him. It's a part of the plot, right? It's part of the plot. MJ... Doesn't MJ fall to her death in the Andrew Garfield one? I also hate to be that guy, but like any Superman, I know it's like fictitious, but like Superman or any of the other films, yeah, Gwen. Any of the other films where like Spider-Man, Superman, like they catch somebody that's like falling or they pick somebody up at flying speeds. Like either A, the brute impact or the G-forces are killing you. Red mist, right? Spider-Man or Superman just grabbing somebody that's falling to their death, catch them in their arms. Well, poof, literally explodes right in your face. Back to my point. They only killed Iron Man in Infinity War because it was a fucking big deal for them to do it. And they needed to do it because it was a resolution. Somebody needed to die. So they had to kill meaningful characters. Gamora had to die. Right? They had to sacrifice, what's her name? Scarlet Witch. Instead of Hawkeye. Or not Scarlet Witch. What am I thinking of? Not Scarlet Witch. Who's the girl? She plays Lucy. Oh my God. Black Widow. They had to kill Black Widow. I always mix them up. Black Widow had to die. Iron Man had to die. They had a few characters die, and it was like, okay, this feels like there was loss, but a good resolution. Every other Marvel movie ever has never had that. There's always, oh my God, everything's bad. Everyone's going to die. It's good now. It's bad. Everybody's going to die. It's good now. So there's no suspense. So future Marvel movies are always less hype and more less hype because after Endgame, you know that for the next 10 years, they're just going to spew shit where no one dies. And when they do kill a character, it doesn't matter because no one cares. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, brother. Wait, who dies in Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I forget. Who dies? Yondu? Oh my God, Yondu? Yondu, side character. Side character. Rocket's friends? Rocket's friends? Oh my God. Rocket's friends? The fucking walrus? It's sad. Bro, Zod just said all of Rocket's friends. Yeah, it's sad. But guess what? They killed meaningless characters. They don't matter. They get you to attach to them and then kill them so they can just churn the same shit the next time. You see what I mean? They introduce a character and kill them on purpose. The walrus's only purpose in the Marvel universe was to die. And you need to come to terms with that. The bunny rabbit that was like, they made you be like, aw, wham! Wham! And they cut its fucking head off. And then it's dead. Right? So you go, ah! But they don't actually kill Rocket. Rocket lives. And I don't want Rocket to die because I love Guardians of the Galaxy. You need to kill off characters. Foreign films do it the fucking best. And Americans get mad at it, but I don't give a fuck. I love the way the Squid Games ended. I love that everybody fucking died because that's a real fucking film, dude. It makes you, because there's still hope for the future because the baby's alive and there's money for the kid and they do the right thing and it has a resolution that's like, it's heart-wrenching, but there's a resolution, right? In every American superhero thriller action, whatever fucking film, it's like everything's fine and dandy. That's not life. I want it to be like, oh shit, bro, like most people died, but like at least there's hope for the future, right? Like The Boys is more real.
At that point, I don't think I'll even be scared. No. I'm gonna just start trying.
Yo, my bad on the Aunt May take, though. Yeah, I know that ruffled some feathers.
Stuff. Go to the club, try some new foods. I mean, you might even see me in the alleyway with Sentry. What else am I supposed to do when I'm living in a universe?
Ooh, no, they did do it well when MJ doesn't remember Tom. That counts as a loss. I'll give Marvel a check on that. That counts as a loss. Even though nobody died, MJ not remembering Tom Holland was like, oh, fuck, that was terrible. And I love that, right? I don't like it in the moment, but it's good cinema. That's what I mean. When I say, like, I want the characters to die, I don't want them to die, but they need to for the film to be good. You need to kill a character or two.
Where Thanos can randomly pull up on.
Pinned? Have you seen the new Venom? Dude, I watched, like, the first 30 minutes, and then I clicked off because it was boring. And I love Venom.
And tell me to get sturdy for him. The sad part is it wouldn't even have to be Thanos either. Because as a New Yorkian, we're not even allowed.
Okay, now that I'm done that 20-minute rant, let's get into the video.
To have Blick. So one of these street ser villains like the Vulture, or even lower than that, those bank robbers from Homecoming, can pull up on me and tell me to get sturdy too, and I'ma have to. Yeah, just keep me in regular NYC, bro. It's not worth it. I'ma be living there just to pay $5K a month on rent and have my first time seeing Spider-Man in person be watching him save a grandma while the Rhino is curb stomping me. Next up, I got a movie that might be even scarier because of how real it's starting to feel. iRobot.
Yeah, bro, and motherfuckers. Oh, that is a good ass movie. That is a good ass movie. I love like the old Will Smith action films. Bro, what's the one where Will Smith is a superhero? That one's good. That's a good fucking superhero movie. Oh my God, we were just talking about it the other day. I just watched it. What's the one where Hancock? Hancock's a good film. He's a fucking alcoholic. He fucks up. People die. It's like a fucking, it's like The Boys. Hancock is like The Boys before The Boys. It's like a real superhero. Like, he has unlimited power, but he has like a massive drug problem, and he's depressed. And he sometimes fucks up and people die. Like, it's a good film, right? You can relate to it more. Nobody can relate to Thor. Thor's just an idol, right? Nobody can relate to Star-Lord, right? He's just a guy. He's like a superhero. You can relate to Star-Lord.
A real starring to feed iRobot. We all know this one. Movie set in the future, 20.
Damn, yo, I kind of want to watch iRobot, though. The one scene where they're all lined up. Yo, anybody here see iRobot? It's basically like him trying to track down this robot that's like gained sentience and wants to like fucking live or something. And they're all in line and they have to like listen. And he's looking for like 1 out of 1,000 that are bad. And he's probably going to show it at some point. And he's like looking and he says some shit and he shoots one. And the one that's sentient, like 30 rows down, goes and like looks out of line and he sees it. And then it's just like a huge chase scene. Oh my God, cinema.
35, 10 years from now, where robots and AI.
Oh my God, this is it.
Are completely.
As I was saying, this is the scene.
Completely integrated into society. And I mean completely. They deliver packages for us, cook for us, keep us company. They keep the streets clean and even work with the...
Thor's girl dies of cancer, by the way. Thor's daughter dies of cancer. Jane, his girlfriend. Don't you think Thor could, like, you know, and, like, shock it? He's a god. In the movie, he's a demigod. He's a god. He's not a healing god. You don't think he could pull some strings in the Marvel verse? If I was dating Thor and I was dying of cancer, I would go, you can't fix this. I know Asgard's gone. There's nothing. I'd be like, bro, you're Thor, you know? It's cancer. I know. He's Thor. And you know other superheroes. You know Doctor Strange. Yeah, take her to Doctor Strange. Hey, Strange, you're like a super genius that controls space and time. Could you maybe make me not die of cancer? The plot was to fix it by reaching eternity, and the villain reached eternity first and got his wish before Thor. What movie are we talking about? What movie is this? This isn't Love and Thunder. Oh, I saw Love and Thunder. It's so forgettable, though. Ragnarok's better. I saw Love and Thunder in theaters. It was bad. It wasn't bad. Okay, it was an enjoyable movie. Kind of had too many jokes they were trying to make.
Police to ensure crime rates stay low. These things are everywhere doing any and everything.
All right, lock back in. Lock back in.
Everywhere doing any and everything for us. Now,
bro, I hate how, like, modern... Dude, I hate how this is so parallel to actual society, where we're creating all these robots, and we're trying to make them bipedal creatures. Why? Why are we trying to make these sentient robots look like us? Put them on wheels, make them some weird, functioning machine. We're not the most efficient thing that could exist, right? Why do we have walking robots? Why are we making them humanoid? Make them look like robots. Make them look weird. Not like Transformers weird. Like, make them look like I'm looking at a machine that's just spinning wheels and doing shit. And has 45 arms and 35 legs and a wheel under it that it can just do shit.
I know what you may be thinking. Robotic Huss? Just kidding. I know what you're thinking. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Robots doing everything for us? That sounds great. That's wrong. This is terrifying. Because aside from the fact that these things doing everything for us...
Bro, old Will Smith was so badass too, bro. Oh my God. Yo, he looks hardcore right here, bro. Bro, double earring, leather jacket on. Chest out. Bro, he has Or
These things doing everything for us would pretty much turn us into skillless people from Wall-E. These things constantly being around us is a danger in this world, because the people in this world like robots so much that they're convinced that they can't hurt humans. What? Bro, I know I'm not tripping. Am I tripping? Judging by the way people feel about AI right now, I refuse to believe in 10 years.
No, I think it's the exact opposite. I think this movie has the plot where everybody loves the robots and Will's the only one that's like skeptical, and then everybody kind of ends up like, you know, going, oh, maybe this is a problem. But I think it's the reverse now. I think everybody hates AI. Everybody's like, outside of just using it for personal use, if there was like robots and shit, people would start kicking them over. There would be, it would be like an actual money problem, where if there was like, if this thing started walking down like New York City streets, people would beat the shit out of it.
Humans will be so comfortable with AI and robots and stuff to the point where they're comfortable not only living with them, but saying they can't commit crimes? What? Man, I've known my Siri for 10 plus years and I still don't trust her. You think I'm gonna trust this thing? But that's how it is for some reason in this world. People trust and love these robots. So they pretty much get a get out of jail free card. And if
my God, wait, that CGI was so bad. Oh, that looks so bad. Dude, it's like it's literally cutting off her face.
So they pretty much get a get out of jail free card. And if you live here, that should be terrifying for you. Could you imagine how out of control this could get? If there's no police around, what would stop one of these tin cans from shooting some random dude down the block and throwing the smoking gun into my hand? And guess what the cops gonna say when they roll up?
So I was telling Bobby the other day, he should get the donuts from... He's got a weapon!
That would happen every single time and they would never get caught because they're not programmed to hurt humans. But it doesn't end there because those are just hypotheticals. This movie goes on to give me legit reasons to not want to live around these things. So we see throughout the movie there's a heavy emphasis on Will Smith's hatred towards these robots. Like, he really does not like these things. And it turns out it's because back in the day, Will got in this accident that sent him and this other car flying into some water. And when a robot came to save the day, it chose to save Will instead of the little girl trapped in the other car. R.I.P. Meaning,
I mean, it's probably programmed to do like utilitarian shit. That's how it's gonna be, bro. Seriously. Like, if it gets to a point where robots are like taking over for like firefighters and shit, and there's an instance where it's only ever able to save one person, they're gonna have it like analyze how valuable you are to society. And like, that's fucked to say, but if it's like a because most of the time people would make that decision, and I feel like you feel better when like a human's like, save the baby, not me, right? But a robot, then it's, I don't know, then it just fucks the whole situation up. If you have like an AI or ChatGPT like determining who's worth more, so are you getting saved? Well, who am I next to?
even when they're trying to help, these things could still leave you to die. So if it was me and a kid, an innocent kid trapped in a house fire, if the robot deems me as having the higher chance of living, it'll save me instead of the innocent 5-year-old child.
Oh, higher chance of living? I thought it would be higher chance of living culminated with, like, how old this person is. Like, old people, it would probably disregard. Like, it would save a child over an old person.
Child? Bro. Finally made a right choice. But dang, that's messed up. What if that was my kid? I'd be...
Or, like, AI-driven cars, it's either saving... Once we're at a world where there's like mostly AI-driven cars or something, it's going to have to reason as a vehicle or as a computer. Is it focusing on saving the car and your life with the utmost importance, or the most people in like a crash-based scenario?
Pissed. Like, you're a robot. You can't like go gadget extend and grab both of us out the fire. That's ridiculous. What are you good for? Yeah, living here would suck. That's not even mentioning the thing running these robots, Vicky. An AI system built to protect people. Built to protect people, huh? Sounds hella familiar. And that ain't even mentioning the job market. If these robots do everything for us, how would we get jobs? Like, you know what I mean? They're robots.
It'll be UBI. I mean, that's what that one video we were talking about. Most people would just be bums like that. if we ever get to a point where we're so technologically advanced where robots run the majority of jobs, the government would have to supplement income for most people. UBI, universal basic income. Everybody would just get money. You would just get like you might be able to get a job of some sorts where you're able to increase that, but you would have you would just get basically like a stipend or like a pension of sorts. You would just get paid monthly to exist. And it would be enough to have your needs met, but nothing else.
There's no room for human.
So basically just communism? No, communism would be shared assets in entirety and you wouldn't own anything. UBI would be more like socialism, which is actually a better solution to welfare than we have now because you would be getting paid and be able to make more money versus welfare where you're getting paid and then if you ever make money, the welfare dissipates and then you get taxed on that income so you could actually net take less. You would have to look into it. UBI is complicated, but no, it wouldn't necessarily be communism. It would be like, hey, we have to help poor people because they can't get jobs. Like if you had no education and your desk job, or even if you do have education, your desk job's taken, you can't do physical labor. Physical labor is already taken over by robots. Like I'm thinking like 100 years in the future where like robots could basically do everything for you. If you don't have any valuable asset that you could do better than a computer and for cheaper, they're just not going to fucking hire you. Unless the government literally put in place rules where it was like you have to hire a human. But then that's limiting efficiency. So you have to take everything with its ups and downs.
Employers would love them. No calling out, no talking back, no pay time off.
Sports? Well, sports are innately a human thing. You're not going to get replaced in the NFL by a robot because nobody wants to watch a robot run a fucking ball.
I mean, you don't gotta pay them, period. These dudes are the perfect slaves, so if you're not building them or working with the police, you have nothing. Bro, this is exactly why I hope our world does not become like this. Because if I worked a long 20-year career in, let's say, construction, I'll be damned if I lose.
What about real steel? That already exists, bro. It's just battle bots. Watching robots that people build fight each other is interesting. But watching a robot play basketball isn't interesting. I'd want to watch a person play basketball.
My position to an oil drink. Screw loose having. Command listening. Another movie that scares me because it's realism stuff is 1984. This is one of them older films.
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
It was based on a book you might have read in school. Nah, who am I kidding? Y'all don't read. So I'll give you a rundown.
Oh, is 1984 about burning books? Is that the one? What's the movie about burning books? Hold up. Wooden for the three. What do you do? What do you think the best career would be to survive through AI? Not a desk job. Fahrenheit 451. That's what I was thinking of. Not a desk job. If you are like an accountant, like 30 years from now, your job's might be cooked. Like, because a computer could just do your job better. Like, or or if you're like intern, I don't know. It depends on the business. Like, I think if you're a receptionist, that's a job that could easily be just taken over by a computer. But people do enjoy walking into an appointment and seeing a person. So, like, I think that's also kind of consumerism enjoyment. OnlyFans? No, I don't think I want to say, yeah, OnlyFans, but I don't know, like therapy. Yeah, I think therapy. Jobs where people want to interact with humans are, like, usually safe, right? Like doctors, at some point, I'm not saying doctors like surgical doctors, but like your GP, your general practitioner, people like humans and would rather speak to a guy or a girl or someone being like, hey, here's why I'm here. Do you have any advice? An AI might do that better, but like you would rather talk to a GP about like your health than a computer. usually. I don't know. Outside of that, yeah, cops are not going to be replaced by AI. Usually, I would assume. A salesman? Things that need humans. I mean, you could just go through job markets and be like, would an AI replace this? And then just go through yes or no. Entertainment? I think entertainment to a degree. But I don't think that should be like the goal. I think that's why a lot of people want to go into streaming as well. Because it's lucrative and it's also not really replaceable right now. But it will be at some point. Mon, thank you for the 3. Do you think a marine biologist job would be replaced? I don't know. I have no idea. Do you think AI, if done correctly, could be viewed similar to nukes in an arms race of AI? Frank for the 3. Yeah, for sure. I just think it's more so something that needs to be treaded with caution and used positively. Ship and Ariel and Morris for the sub. 1 for the 3, Steven for the 3. You and Brooke at home stuck in a fire. Robot firefighter comes in to save you. Who would it save? I don't know who it would save. I don't know how it would be programmed. I would want it to save Brooke, but Skippy and Lowell for the sub. Rusty for the 3. I've tried making friends, nobody to talk to. I'm a sophomore, and I've only lost friends. Well, you're going to lose friends as you go through high school. You usually have less friends when you're at the end of high school, but closer friends. Join a club, join a sport, talk to people. You got to put yourself out there, man. Feud and Lucky's for the sub. Valhalla and Marion for the sub. Abby's for the 3. Kitchen caught on fires. Ice machine went on fire. Counter shot machine. Be careful. The coolant in the ice machine is toxic. Catches a fire. All your shit in your house is ruined. How much, insane how much of the community comes together to help each other. Well, I hope you're okay. TB, thank you for the 2,500 biddies. Gambled holy hell, lost 5K yesterday. What the fuck? Stop gambling. Shutter for the sub. Super for the 3. You completely contradicting your point. What point? Devers, J Moss unsolicited, DeVry, Drew, Smoking Salt, and Derb for the sub. Richie, thank you for the 5. Freshman reading Xenophon, The Teachings of Cyrus. What do you think about the book? Never read it. Peanut and Typhon for the sub. Lucky and Derb for the sub. Cave and Bob and Soccer for the sub. Flying and Joseph for the sub. Mister for the 3. Sophia for the sub. Ship and Ariel for the sub.
Like I said, this movie is based
Al Reader, bro. I don't know. I feel like some chatters just be like, "Hey Joe, what's your thoughts on this book?" Never fucking read it.
on a book written in the 40s. So, you know, dark times, dark books. And in this world, society sucks. Everything's bleak, gray, and dull. Censorship and propaganda about some war constantly in people's faces. And worst of all, people are monitored 24/7. And this ain't like, oh, cameras on the street, phone activity. No. This is cameras on the street, cameras at your job, and even cameras at your crib.
So it's just Big Brother.
Like a big TV in the middle of your apartment with some dude's face on it and just watches you. Like,
it feels just like kind of like North Korea.
Pause?
Mods, ban DJ. Yo, can we mod the chat a little bit? Are there mods here?
But it's still...
There's like no mods here. How are there no mods here? I just modded 3 more people. We're going to throw it in sub only right now.
It doesn't end there. It gets worse. Because this society in 1984 doesn't promote individuality even in the slightest bit. Any personal hobbies, drawing, writing, collecting, throw them out the window. You ain't allowed to do that. Any dreams, thoughts, or even memories, you're not allowed to do that either. I don't care how much you miss your grandma. Bro, you can't even have a shorty because their whole motto is you should only love Big Brother. Do I gotta say it? Pause. And then even if you do try to do any of this stuff, you're kidnapped and tortured till you eventually lose all that individuality. This is so messed up. You know what this reminds me of? Y'all know that Boondocks clip, the
Did I just catch you wanting to be shit?
That's what it reminds me of. Now, after all that stuff I just told you, do you honestly think I'd want to live here? Hell nah. I'll take Thanos snapping away my local Ark over this stuff. That's why all things going on in the world.
Well, I mean, dude, you're flipping a coin on that Thanos shit. You guys think you're disappearing on the Thanos snap? I think I'm disappearing. I think I lose that coin toss. I think I die. Thanos snaps, I think I'm one that just goes, whoa, and then I fade into fucking thin air.
World right now scare me. I want to Dragon Stays to this level. I mean, the fact that I'm even making this
I think Brooke gets lucky. I think Brooke lives.
Video where, you know.
And what was so weird how they portrayed it is like half of a family would die. You know? I feel like at the end of Infinity War, it was like if you were at a school, half would die. But isn't there statistical probabilities where, like, if half the world died, almost entire countries would cease to exist? Like, if you're 50-50ing every human life, there are a few cities that would just be wiped off the face of the earth. Like, they would all die. I mean, maybe there's like some sort of sentience in the snap where he's like, remove half of every family. But realistically, it'd be like, say you live in New York, like 80% of New York might die. 10% of New York might die, right? Like, all you know is in places with a lot of people are going to die, but no given definitive amount. Are you dumb? How am I dumb? I'm saying if 50% of all human lives are dying, that doesn't mean in every family of 4 household, 2 people are dying. None of you might die. All of you might die. 3 of you might die. It's 50% of the world, not every individual relationship you've had.
No issues means we ain't there yet. But we are definitely taking baby steps. Like, it's getting crazy out here. We got the Brits out here censoring Wikipedia, censoring Discord.
Like, there would just be, sorry, now I'm ranting about the Thanos shit. There would just be, like, houses that were now abandoned of people that were missing. 4 billion people would die. Yeah, 4 billion people would die. But, like, you could have all of, like, it just, for an example, say there's a town of 10,000 people and a town of 100,000 people. Most cities and states, statistically, around half of the people would die. 46% to like 53%, right? Like in that range. But there's going to be oddball scenarios where whole cities don't die and whole cities do.
Getting crazy out here. We got the Brits out here censoring Wikipedia, censoring Discord, censoring Spotify.
Oh, it's 50% of the universe? See, that gets even more complicated. All life of the universe. I thought it... Well, 50% of the universe... I thought it was just 50% on every planet. I feel like that would make more... 50% of all living life. So then... What about bacteria? Oh, God, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. What about, like, animals? So it's 50% of, like, birds. 50% of ants die. It's every life. Every life. 50%. Then most people wouldn't die. Most humans wouldn't die. If it's 50% of all life in the entire universe, humans are such a fractional percentage, I feel like only like 100 million people would die. Statistically. Sentient life. So are like dolphins. Where's that line drawn in Thanos' brain? Are like elephants sentient enough? No, probably not. They have to be able to create things.
Baby steps. Like, it's good.
Whatever, lock back in.
Video will, right now scare me. I don't want to drag in stage to this level. I mean, the fact that I'm even making this video with, no issues means we ain't there yet. But we are definitely taking baby steps. Like, it's getting crazy out here. We got the Brits out here censoring Wikipedia, censoring Discord, censoring Spotify? Are we serious? We gonna make teenagers listen to Kids Bop in 2025? Even on Marvel Rivals, bro, they over here monitoring voice chats. Like, I got a warning the other day for just telling some dude to hop off. I mean, obviously I said it in a bit of...
Nah, he said way worse shit than that. I'd be talking shit on Marvel Rivals, telling people they're fucking losers. If you got a warning on a voice chat in Marvel Rivals, bro, you were saying some shit. You were talking to someone.
A meaner way, but still, what is this? Even YouTube with this silly ID thing, like, bro, why can't we just keep it like the good old days where they monitored us without telling us? Why do I have to consent to it now? And now.
Hop off? No, he'd be like, hop off my dick, bitch. You fucking pussy. That would maybe get you a voice comm.
Oh, before I get
like a little warning
to the movie that I'd hate to live in the most, honorable mentions. High School Musical, constantly singing and dancing would just get old, especially because it's so random. Imagine you just trying to take a dump in the school bathroom and you have to rush out to go and sing We're All in This Together. You didn't even get to wipe any of the Conjuring films. I don't even gotta explain this one. Nah, I'm good. Secret Life of Pets, pretty self-explanatory.
Supernatural, the show. That's a show, not a movie. Supernatural, the show, would be the worst universe to live in. And there's werewolves, vampires, ghouls, demons. Every mythical creature that you have thought of exists and wants to kill you. Like, you're not, like, Supernatural is like a 15-season show where they go through every possible thing that could kill you. Yeah, Game of Thrones would be really bad, too.
And then the new War of the Worlds. Bro.
Well, that's the worst movie ever.
The thing about this one is not only do I think it's one of the worst ones.
Damn. Ice Cube the whole movie. God damn. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. I mean, they gave him nothing to work with. He's staring at a monitor. It's one of those shitty movies where it's just filmed at a fucking desktop.
Wants to live in, but it's also just one of the worst movies. This movie is garbage, garbo. Like, the reason I wouldn't want to live here is not because of the aliens invading the planet, but because of the sheer embarrassment I would feel being a part of it. Imagine dying to one of these aliens and the only person around to react is Ice Cube over his monitor saying, damn. And now, the movie
yeah, bro, like, and I will say he didn't get a lot to work with, but he didn't even try to, like, method act. It's because the movie was so bad. Like, in the film, dude, he thinks his kid's dead. And he goes, oh, damn. No! 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 Like, bro, you just watched your kid. You think your kid just died. And you go, no! Oh, no! Like, bro, you would be distraught.
Hate to live in the most. Sinners. Alright, I don't think this one will be the worst one.
I've never seen Sinners. I've always wanted to see Sinners, though.
Just wanted to hype it up a bit. But still, it would be very scary to live in. This movie, if you ain't watch it, 10 out of 10. At first, I thought it was a 9, but nah, it's a 10. This movie, if you ain't watch it...
What's his name? Oh my god, what's his name? Every movie he's in is a good film. That's like one of those actors. When, like, Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan's one of those guys where if you see him in a fucking film, you know it's a good movie. Like, I've never seen a Michael B. Jordan film that I didn't like.
I thought it was a 9, but nah, it's a 10. This movie, if you ain't watch it, is based in the 30s down in Mississippi, which already, horrible start. But the scariest thing about this movie, if you're living there, isn't the time...
Fantastic Four 2015. Bro, I still think he did a good job.
Time period is set in. It's the fact that this world has vampires. Yeah, real, pure-blooded, bona fide vampires. I first thought they would be some racist Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter type of vampires, but nope, these guys are actually the opposite. They welcome every and anybody to their lifestyle, which to me, if I was living here, would be even scarier. With a mean or racist vampire, at least you know where you stand. They gonna eat you, so you know, stay away from them. But with these ones, you just don't know. If one of these nice ones came to my door disguised, singing me a song and offering me money, well, of course you can stay the night. Come on in. And it'd be raps for me. And even if that wasn't the case,
I never understand why you wouldn't just be a vampire, though, no? Whenever I see vampire movies, I'd just be like, yo, I'll pay your ass to fucking make me a vampire. Because I feel like there's never a downs. I feel like being a vampire in any vampire movie or show is just a fucking, like, advantage. Like, an unfair advantage. Like daytime, though, bro. They'd be like, oh, Billy, why do I never see you? Why do I never see you in the day? I don't know. I'm a Twitch streamer. Hey, Joe, why do I never see you? I'm a Twitch streamer. I can't go outside. My job's at a desk.
I would not be able to avoid these dudes.
You're possessed. You don't control yourself. Vampires control themselves. Depends what movie you're watching.
Because even
maybe not in Sinners.
They don't try to roll up to my door. They're attracted to music. And, you know, I'm not saying I'm some Mozart or anything. I actually don't even know how to play a single instrument. But I am saying a 1930s Derek is definitely going to be at one of them jukes. And one of them nights, we definitely going to get a Sammy-like singer who's going to attract the vampires. And it's going to be the same story all over again. Sammy. Yeah, living here, I'm good off that. Even all this vampire stuff aside, like I said.
What year is this set in? 1930s?
This is in Mississippi in the 30s. If I'm not going to a juke, what the frick is there to do in the 30s? I might just die from boredom.
Yeah, if you ain't going to a party, you're just kind of like sitting at home doing actually nothing.
Boredom. I see why all people did back then was just pop out babies, because what else is there to do? Not to mention.
Well, they also did that because I mean, as crazy as it is to say, like, in older times, having kids was just inheriting workers. Like, you had kids because you needed help being alive. Like, you raised your kid to work at a young age to help sustain life and be like, we need to tend this land and live. You know, you're not in a time where society kind of helps, you know, give you food and water and shelter and fire and all this other, and wealth and clothes. Like, you need people to do that.
And these weren't the safest times either, especially as a Dominican dude or anything but white. I don't think that band of hooded men would see me and make any exceptions. Talking about some, hold on now, wait a second, Chuck. Put the noose down. I think this one's Caribbean. Nah, they don't care. They don't discriminate. Well, they do, but you know what I mean. They just trying to meet their quotas. So sinners, with or without vampires, I'm good. But I might dress up as one of the twins for Halloween, who's trying to help me find the clothes. That's pretty much all the movies I wanted to go over this time. And this one isn't a might. I'm definitely doing a sequel to this video. I had so much fun making it.
Yeah, this was a fun-ass video. I kind of rambled about Marvel for like a half hour, though. But that was fun. Imagine you wake up one morning and find out that your car's missing, find out the Hulk used it as a dodgeball. Yo, do you think there's insurance in the Marvel films for that? Like, there's a sub-clause. If any of the heroes ever use your car as a weapon or a shield, that's not covered. I feel like that'd be like government coverage. Colby and Nazario for the sub. Infinite, Jake, Love, and Rachel for the sub. JC11 for the sub. Wet and that one for the sub. JC for the 3. Said bits the other day, I want to say you've been helping a lot with the loss of my daughter. I'm sorry to hear that, man, again. And thank you, bro. John, and I hope you're all right, bro. John, Sean, and Jalen for the sub. Colb, enter for the sub, not for the 3. Would you ever have the ability to rewind time, correct some mistakes, or fast forward and see the outcomes of your decisions? I don't know, actually. I feel like both of those could be good. Caleb for the sub. But in one of those, you would just only know. TBDJ, thank you for the 3K biddies. I did say I won 5K, but okay. Oh, I thought you said you lost 5K. You won 5 grand? When's the next F Cancer charity stream? Don't know. We have a suicide prevention one next Sunday, so a week from today. But F Cancer, I don't know when. She for the 3, JP for the 3. I'm actually getting paid for sleeping and fishing and chilling with your family all day. Plan for the sub, Shogun for the 3. You watch Mantis' boyfriend begs you to not eat his head after ASMR. No. Spider for the 3. Maybe a McDouble big and Spider for the sub. Colby in this area for the sub. Chat. We're about to hop into the next video. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live at 2 EST. We're going to be doing Minecraft. It's going to be another Lucky Block mod. Maybe some other random horror mod. I don't really know. Then we're going to be doing more Water Park Sim. Maybe some random games. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the GeoGuessr thing, me, Slime, Schlatt. We're going to play each other, and then we're going to play against a pro, Bros v Pro, basically. And then we're going to do the new schedule and update, give out some game keys, and play the non-beta now that the glitches are fixed. Wednesday's horror games. Thursday, Silk Song drops. Friday reacts. Saturday, random games and Silk Song. Next Sunday reacts. I'll be live all this week at 4:30, except on Monday, and then weekends, obviously. Tomorrow, I'll be live early at 2. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be live at 4:30. All right. I got to go piss real quick, then we're going to hop into the next video. When for the sub? Count me down 30 seconds. I got to piss. Hold up. 42 million kangaroos in Australia, only 3 million people in Jamaica. I saw a comment on that, McChunky. I don't want to say that you're unoriginal, but I saw that in a TikTok comment. Yeah, there would be a problem if the kangaroos of Australia invaded Jamaica. I heard about that. McChunky, thank you for the 3, though. I've seen that, though. Yeah, there's more kangaroos in Australia than people in Jamaica. All right, count me down. Oh. Not gonna lie, this song's not good. It's fire. I don't know what the fuck you mean. McChunky for the 3. You just said the same thing twice. There's 42 million kangaroos in Australia, 2.4 million people in Jamaica, which means if the kangaroos were to invade Jamaica, each person would have to fight 17 kangaroos. On average. Are you playing the Godzilla crossover DLC for Dave the Diver? No. There's a Godzilla crossover. Frack for the 3. Do you think streaming / content creation is more luck or knowledge and talent? Luck initially, but consistency and capability to change style. Mainly. Like, I think the initial boost that you're going to have in content creation is always luck-based. But I think after that, you need a consistency and capability to adapt your content to fit what an audience would want to see. If that makes sense. I think everybody can do content creation. I think it depends what type of content creation. I think too many people want to be streamers without the personality to be a streamer. I think they could be YouTubers and good ones. But I think people get misaligned in social media a lot where they go, I want to do social media. I need to be a Twitch streamer. But you don't need to be a Twitch streamer. You could be a YouTuber, right? Like, and if I'm being honest, YouTube's a hell of a lot more lucrative. You're going to make way more fucking money if you get big on YouTube than Twitch. By far. It's not even close. Getting an audience on YouTube, you could be like a top 10,000 YouTuber and make more money than a top 10 Twitch streamer. Like, seriously. Like, it's not even close. YouTube's harder, but it also, the recommendation system's better. There's more potential. You make more on, do you make more money through your YouTube? Because it's split up. I have a main channel, gaming channel, VOD channel, philosophy. Well, philosophy is a lot of recorded stuff too, but yeah. Jinxie made like $1 million a month on Twitch. I could tell you right now, he could make more on YouTube. And Jinxie's a streamer, first and foremost. YouTuber secondarily. But his Clash Royale content's doing pretty well on YouTube now. If you kept that up, bro, I'm just saying. Like, if you can get 30 million views, like, if you're Jinxie and you average 60K views a month and you're streaming a lot and you crank out ads and shit, yeah, you're going to make a fuckload of money. But, like, you could make more if you got a shitload of views on VODs and videos. Because there's more ads, there's more placement, there's more money. Twitch doesn't pay as much. Is that why you made your channel? No. I just enjoy making YouTube videos. I think they're way more entertaining than stream. I use stream as a segue to YouTube now. Like, I understand you guys see me as a Twitch streamer, but most of the people that consume content of me, like most of my viewers, in terms of people that watch Joe Bartolozzi, watch me on YouTube. Like, the majority. Like, a huge chunk of my audience has never seen my Twitch streams. Ever. They watch my YouTubes. Their YouTube videos. They don't watch my Twitch streams. They watch my YouTube videos. They don't watch my TikToks. They might see clips of me on TikTok, but they don't. You guys usually watch both. People that watch me on Twitch watch me on YouTube. People that watch me on YouTube don't watch me on Twitch. Most of the time. Most people recognize me from TikTok, though. Side note, somebody recognized me today out of Wawa. And I'm running in, checking out. This girl walks up to me. You're famous. I never know what to say that. Because I think fame's subjective, and I think it's stupid, but I don't want to say that. So I'm like, yeah. And I hate saying, I'm like, oh, yeah. They're like, can we get a picture? I'm like, yeah, real quick, but I gotta go. I thought it was just her. Out of the fucking blue. 8 people walk up. I'm like, oh, fuck. So we take a picture. 2 more people walk up, take a picture. The guy that's taking the picture turns and goes, let me get one. Turns to his friend in front of me, goes, who is this guy? Like, the biggest thing that I've noticed is they don't think I'm a person. Like, they weren't mean, but they don't think I'm a person. They talk about me in front of me. They don't talk to me. I'm just a guy. No, literally. Like, they were like, who is this guy? And points at me. And I'm standing where Bob is. And I literally laugh. And I say, you want a picture with me, but you don't know who I am. Like, talk about grifting. Like, you want a photo with a guy because you heard he's famous, but you don't know who he is. Like, what the fuck? Like, I just think that's mad weird. And on top of that, the majority of people, like, never once did they say my name. The only person that said my name was, like, the guy that opened the door for me when I left. And he said, Joe Bartolozzi. And I went, what's up, bro? And I just laughed. And he was chill, right? But the guy that was taking the pictures was like, they talk about me like I'm not there. And then when they do speak to me, it's just like, you're famous. I'm like, bro, I'm just a guy, right? The people that have authentic interactions with me recognize me from YouTube and Twitch. That's what I gotta say. If they see me from TikTok, most of the time, they don't know my name. They don't know who I am. They just go, I know this guy. I need to take a picture with him. And it's like, it feels like I respect that. I'll still take the picture with you. It feels rude. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like there's times where I overthink it and I'm like, damn, was I rude to that person? Like, they wanted to ask for a picture. But if they never say my name, they never fucking mention what they watch me on, they never say anything, they're just like, you're famous, I want a photo. Like, that's, like, I feel like that's some, like, that's some fuck shit. That's like, I know who this guy is, I'm going to take a picture, I'll figure out who he is later. Like, it's just weird. And then it's like, there's instances, too, where, like, when I was in Missouri, there was a group of 4 guys. One of them recognized me. He said, Joe Bartolozzi, I watch your videos all the time, man. And I dap him up. I'm like, that's awesome, bro. I appreciate it. We take a picture. His other friend walks up. Who is this? Takes a picture with me. I'm like, you don't know who I am. Like, I don't want to say, like, don't take a picture with people you, like, if you see somebody that's, like, famous or a YouTuber in public and you don't know who they are, why are you taking a photo with them? Why do you care about them, right? The girl from the gym, yeah, she didn't know who I was. The TikTok you're talking about, yeah, no, the gym in Missouri, that's what you're talking about. The gym in Missouri, that's a different time I got recognized. She didn't know who I was. I don't think she did. She was nice, but I don't think she knew who I was. I'm not for sure, but it's like there was 3 guys and they were staring at me. And I can tell when somebody recognizes me because they're like this. And they're like, it's like, and so I walk up to him. Because at this point, I'm like, it feels awkward that you're staring at me, so I'm just going to break this because I could tell they're nervous. So I walk up to them, I go, do you know who I am? And they go, you're Joe Bart. And they and then now they're not shy anymore. And so they're like, oh, you're Joe Bart. I used to watch you all the time. And they knew me from TikTok, but they knew my name, and we took a picture. They were nice. And the girl was nice, too. She walked up later. She wasn't with them. But she's like, can we get a photo? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I love your videos. And I ended up seeing the video later on. She had just followed me. Like, after she took the picture with me, she followed me. So it's like, when that happens, I'm like, yeah, you know, like, I appreciate it. You might be a watcher of me, but I'm like, you don't even follow me. Like, you don't know who I am. That's like most of the time. Maybe she had her old account following you. Yeah, I'm never going to judge. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to sit there and look into it. But I feel like if I take a picture with 100 people, I think 30 of them are my fans. And the other, when people wrap their arms around you for a pic, does it annoy you? I don't want to, I don't want to, no. If I take a picture with somebody, I'm hitting the same pose every time. That's it. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. If it's a group photo, there's times where like we'll go like this and like everybody wraps their arms around each other. That's a little different too. But like most of the time I'm just going and I'm leaving. But I don't care outside of that. But like, it doesn't bother me if people walk up to me. She might have known me. She might have watched my content all the time. Who knows? She was nice. They were all nice. I will say, every single person that recognized me in Missouri, great people, right? I will say, I think people from Missouri were very nice to me. But New Jersey is a little different. As fucked as that sounds. The state I'm from, I have the worst interactions. Why are we still in sub only? I don't know. I'll check it out. How long have we been in sub only for? Everybody hates themselves and everybody in New Jersey. No, I think they're just like outwardly rude. Not like like the people that recognized me today, they weren't rude. But like I could tell that they didn't see me as human. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to make it philosophical, but it's like I can tell when somebody's just a fan and they're like a bro, you know, and they're like, "Hey man, I fuck with your shit." And I'm like, "Thanks, bro." And I appreciate that. And it's like a good conversation and we leave. And it's like a 10-second thing. We take a picture and they're like, "Have a nice day, man. Appreciate your stuff." And then there's times where it's like they treat me like I'm like The Rock. Like like they just saw Dwayne Johnson in public. And it's just not fun. I don't know. It's like a different scenario. Like, if the first words that come out of your mouth are, "You're famous," I know you don't see me as a human. like you're immediately going to you're going to talk about me in front of me, but not to me. And it's going to be really weird. Like, I'm not going to be included in any conversation. You're going to be like, "Oh my God, it's him," while I'm right there. And then you're going to ask me for a photo. We'll take a picture. And then you'll keep talking about me while I'm standing there. And then I'll leave. It's just so weird. I don't know. Anyways. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. This kid is fucking spamming. "Are you from Philly? Are you from Philly? Are you from Philly?" Fett, thank you for the 3. Do you struggle to go out, especially recently since you're more popular than ever? No. If I'm being real, I think the age group of the people that are the most idolizing are like teenagers. Like, when I go to a bar and somebody recognizes me, they might be an idiot drunk and be like, "You're fucking Joe Bartolozzi." But they're still like, I could tell that they're talking to me like I'm a person. I feel like most of the time it'll be like younger people, like, don't see me as like human. But it really varies by group, in all honesty. Spyro, thank you for the 5. 5 gifters, I appreciate that. Frucy and Super for the sub. I don't know. I don't know why I'm rambling about this right now. Sorry for that. It just kind of started as a off-topic conversation. But no, I don't have trouble going out. I just can't go to certain places. And then it wouldn't be fun. Like, I love having fan interaction. I think getting recognized is fun, but it depends in instances. Like, I don't go to the Jersey Shore anymore, ever. I never will. Like, if I went to the boardwalk in the summer, it would be horrible. Why? I went on a year ago, or 2 years ago, I went on a date with Brooke, and we went to the shore, and we were like, "Let's go mini golfing." And we were on the boardwalk, and like, in the first 2 minutes, a group of people walk up to me, and they're like, "You're Joe Bart." I'm like, "Yeah." We take a picture. We keep walking, and then I guess they told other people, and other people saw, and it was like literally like 100 people swarmed me. And it was stressful and not fun. 90% of the people that were taking pictures with me were rude. And because it's like this herd pack mentality, they were like pushing each other out of the way and like grabbing me. Like, and then like, just like, and like, just grabbing my shoulder and then like instantly taking a picture with me and being like, "Look." And I'm like, "You're an asshole, man." Like, at one point, we went mini golfing, and this group of people waited for us to finish. It was an hour. We were mini golfing for an hour. And when we finished, they were still out there. And we took a picture with them. And then after that, we like left. And people kept swarming me. And it got to the point where I turned around. And I literally was like, fuck off. Like, and like there's times where I've been rude. Like and I don't want to be. But there's a point where it's like, you're harassing me. Like, leave me alone. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Right? Like, because it's like, it's different if you're like, hey man, can I just get a picture and you're humble about it versus like, dude, if you fucking grab my arm and you're like, and you fucking try to take a picture with me, like, bro, like, it's different when it's like, you know, bro, these are like young people. You're like 15, 16, you want to take a photo. It's whatever. Like, I understand you're just being weird, but like, bro, that's not rude. Yes, it is. If I recognize fucking, I don't know, Tom Holland in public, and I go, and I grab him, and without asking him, like, you know, I wouldn't, like, dude, if you did that to a random guy in public, you're getting punched in the face. Like, you're getting, it's New Jersey, bro. Some guys go, wham, right to the fuck. Like, I don't know. If you just grab me out of nowhere, like, that's scary, you know? Like, I would never do that, but I'm like, dude, you got to be like, your own fucking personal safety. Like, don't be like going up and just grabbing people and trying to take pictures with them. But that's the only time that ever has happened is when a mass group of people recognize me. Like, have you ever seen the video of Jay Guapo get recognized in New York? And he has like bruises on his face and shit. It's because it's like this weird sheep mentality where like once there's like more than 10 people that see you, they just tweak. And they're just like, let's like just maul him. It's just, I don't like that. But that's only ever, and the other reason I don't like it is because like the majority of the people that were taking pictures with me had no idea who I was. Because in reality, if I'm in an area where people recognize me, like only 5 people will actually know who I am. The other people just hear that I'm somebody that's known and want a picture. And then they freak out. Yeah, like fake ass fans. They're not even fake fans. They're just not fans of me. Like they're just like, this guy's big, I want a picture. So no, but that almost never really happens. Like it's more normal in general scenarios. Did you meet fans in Iceland? Yeah. When I was in Iceland, there was like this group. It was like 10 guys in suits, and they walked up to me. They were like high schoolers or early college students. I don't know. But they were nice. And it's like, in big groups, if I get recognized, or even if I'm in public, you recognize me, that's fine. There's just like certain scenarios where like people walk up to me, and I'm like, bro, this is like a little inconsiderate, you know? Like there's been times where I've been at food, on a date with Brooke, and we're eating. Hey. You know, like, I'm not mad at you, but like, come on, like read a room, dog. Like, I know you don't want to miss out on that potential, but it's like, I'm just a guy. I don't think I love that people think meeting me is a huge deal. And like, I love that I can make your day by like taking a picture with you. But I'm like, I'm on a date with my girlfriend. We're eating, actively eating, having a conversation. And you walk up to me and like in our space and you're like, you touch me and you're like, hey, can we get a photo? I'll be like, yeah. I always say, yeah, real quick, bro. Because I know they want to, like, now it's just an intrusion of, like, a space. Yeah, like, wait till you finish eating? No, even then it's weird. Because there's people that have done that. And I see them. And they're waiting. And I see them staring at me from a distance. And they're filming me. And that's creepy. It's fucking weird. If you ever meet a fucking YouTuber or a streamer or anyone, don't fucking record them from a distance. They're not gonna like you. They're immediately not gonna want to talk to you. It's so odd. It's like, it makes you feel like a stalker. Like, it's not normal. That's just like, fuck, dude. You see somebody in public, be like, oh shit, are you Joe? Can I get a picture? It's that normal. That's that normal. And then you're fine. But if you're like recording them or following them in like, dude, if I'm shopping, people will follow me around a store. Oh my God, just walk up to me. Just walk up to me. You're making me on edge. Like I'm literally like almost balling my fist like you're going to try and fucking rob me or some shit. I'm not saying people will do that, but I'm like, dude, if I'm walking through a fucking store and what if you're shy? Then don't walk up to me. It's better. You're either walking up to me or you're not walking up to me. That's it, okay? Don't sit there and follow me around for 15 minutes to muster up the confidence to walk up to me. Either do it or don't, right? Because then it makes me actually nervous to who you are and what your intention is. I get death threats. I have people that are creepy. I'm letting you know, if your ass is following me around, I might think that I'm gonna have to fucking fight your ass. Like there's a genuine potential where I'm like, you might be a weirdo, right? So it's just, don't do that. Like, you are gonna cut. I understand you might be shy. It's being perceived as like stalkery. Rex Areno for the 5. The chatter who saw you at the airport didn't approach you, but told you on Twitch is a great example of a real fan. No, they can walk up to me. I don't care. No, like, I don't want to, like, dissuade people and be like, I don't want to take pictures with fans. I don't like fan interactions. I do. But, like, dude, there's people that just, like, act. They're just fucking weird. When it started out as always normal photos, it's the people that'll, like, follow you from a distance and record you. Like, they're a paparazzi. Those people are weird. Weird. And I don't want to talk to them. And then they do walk up to me at some point, like 10 minutes later, and I have to be nice, but I feel like I don't want to interact with them. And, like, I'm sorry if that's been you in certain instances, but, like, bro, if you're following me around for, like, 15 minutes in public, it's just weird. People do that all the time. All the time. And I'll be with my friends, and they know the cues now. Sometimes I ignore it and I'm not aware. But if I'm like, say, in a public setting and we're out somewhere and I'm like just talking to my friend and I glance over, I can tell when somebody knows me because it's direct eye contact. Immediately they go. And I know, and then I go, oh, fuck. Because I just and then I can tell that they're not, and sometimes I'm like, maybe they'll walk up to me. 5 minutes later, they're still staring at me. Like, just fucking walk. So now, what I've done, like, I went to Topgolf the other day. As an example, I'll just walk up to you. If I think you know who I am, I'm probably going to walk up to you. Because it's going to bother me that you're not doing anything. And, there was this one kid, it was him and his friend. And they were probably, like, 17 to, like, 19, staring at me. I just went, fuck it. Hey, man, do you know who I am? And he immediately went, oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'm just going to walk up to you. Because the tension of, like, you just staring at me is oh, my God, it kills me. It's like, just don't look at me. Either walk up to me or don't look at me. It's one of the two, you know? Like, I'm fine to have that interaction, but it's just, like, unnerving. It feels like Smile. Like the movie Smile. That's what it feels like. Have you ever been in, like, that's the one thing that I can't experience anymore is being in public and, like, just being able to, like, do whatever I want. Because there's always one guy that's, like, potentially in a corner just like just watching me. I'm like, you're fucking freaking me out. Like, it's fucking, and no, sometimes it'll actually be actually almost scary. Where, like, I have to leave. Oh. No, sorry this has been a half-hour rant. We're probably going to have to move out a video. We might have to save the philosophy videos for another day. Maybe you're getting some type of fucking philosophical shit out of this. It's just, I don't know. I never really ramble about this. Give us a good example. Oh, give us an example of a good interaction. Any other interaction. Any other interaction. Hey Joe. Are you Joe Bartolozzi? Yeah. When I was at the Topgolf, I was sitting at the bar waiting for my tea time, and this group of guys walked up to me. Are you Joe Bart? And he literally was excited. He went, are you Joe Bart? And I went, yeah. And he went, can we get a photo? And I'm like, yeah, man. And I smiled because he's not. He's not doing that. He's just going, that's Joe Bart, and immediately walks up to me, right? It's just like fucking, oh my God. They're staring at the phone, and then staring at me, and staring at the phone. It's me. Just walk up to me. Just fucking walk up to me. It's fucking, oh my God. It's like, I understand you're shy or something, but it's like, bro, imagine how I feel when I make eye contact with you and then you still keep doing it. And because it's going to fucking kill me. It's going to, me sitting there going, oh my God, like, it's just dampening the experience. And it's fucking, oh my God. Just sitting there. Any other time, it's fine. Any other time. If you just don't fucking stare at me or follow somebody from a distance. Like, anything that you wouldn't do with a random stranger, don't do when you recognize a YouTuber. Interact with them like they're a stranger, and it's awesome. Walk up to them like they're a stranger. Look at them like they're a stranger, right? Glance at them. Oh, I think that's him. I'm going to walk up to him, right? Don't be a stalker. That's weird. Lulu, thank you for the 3. Or for the 5. Talking about this surrounding me to Cole Sprouse on Instagram, but fans taking pictures of him, so he takes pictures of people secretly taking pictures of him and posts it. Ready for the 3. Yeah, that's funny. Have you seen Cole Sprouse's? Yeah. WL for the sub, ESPN for the 5. What do you think about Virginia? Where did you go? I don't remember, but it was chill. Hold up. We got to lock into another video. Barry's don't thank you for the 1,000, but he's already saw the team behind a great rock car. Apologize for the game crashing under your PC in a random games VOD. I don't know if that matters to you. Yeah, now it's good. Goblin for the sub. Shy, thank you for the 3. Clip and C. Hardy for the sub. Jeff for the 3. We're going to Depot Joe came into my work one time, asked for a picture, and he spit on me and called me a pussy. Yep. I have. Thank you for the 6,000 biddies. Thank you for the biddies. This is so upsetting. I'm sorry you have to go through this. You're good. Dylan and Fox for the sub. Enver for the 3. Hey, Joe, wanted to say thank you for introducing me to Zeusy. I was watching him last night. Super funny. Yeah, dude, he's awesome. Rex Areno, thank you for the 5. Cheddar saw you at the airport. I already read that. Alco, thank you for the 3. If you could trade your game for 55 fetuses, would you do it? No. Moisty for the sub. Genio, thank you for the 3. Met you once and you told me to stick my head in the toilet. Sparrow Turtle for the sub. Maze and Isa for the sub. Snap for the 3. Have you been a fan who said brain rot like in chat? 6, 7, or Hills? All the time, yeah. Cern Ulos for the sub. I thought you were dead. Have you been in the hills? What was the last guy you were fucking? Corruption for the 3. It's like there's people that are so shy, and then there's people that are like no filter, extroverted as fuck. Just fans of mine that'll literally be like, "You're the Labubu guy. You've been in the hills," and they'll just like they'll just spew out everything at once. I'm like, oh fuck. I met him at my, I don't know if you know who Raymond Cruz is, Tuga from Breaking Bad. I met him at work. He asked if I knew him, and I straight up said no. Why? Not for the 3. What are you doing if we meet at urinals and we lock eyes? I had that happen one time. Okay, I'm gonna pan it out. I'm pissing at a bar. I'm pissing in a urinal at a bar. Guy walks up to me, or guy walks next to me. I'm drunk. He's drunk. I'm pissing. I see him go like this, and then he goes. And I go, and we make eye contact. And he goes, and I'm like, in silence. And he goes, oh my God. And then we had a conversation. And that was fine. Bro, like, you see what I mean? Like, it could be, that was a weird interaction, but it didn't bother me. It's just like, there's weird and then there's creepy. And it's like, that's the difference. Yeah, dicks out. I mean, yeah, we're both taking a piss. Did you cross streams? No. Anyways, let's move on. Not for the 3. Dumpster diving addiction. Ugh. Ever came close to fighting a fan? There was a fan that wanted to fight me. I don't know how old he was. Probably not much younger than me. It was like him and his friends at this Airbnb. And he was like, you're like a TikTok loser. And I was like, what? He's like, you do social media. And he was making fun of me. And I was like, okay, bro. Like, think whatever you want. I'm not gonna like stoop down there, you know. If it was he didn't like rage bait me enough. So I'm like, whatever, bro. I kind of like shrug it off. We end up like some of my friends are at an Airbnb. We're right next to them. And this was by the shore as well. And so they start interacting. And I go inside. My friend comes inside like 5 minutes later. And he's like, yeah, that guy's calling you slurs. I'm like, what? And I get mad. I immediately get mad. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what's he saying? I get fucking pissed. He's like, don't walk out there. I'm like, why? He's like, he wants to fight you. Not that he wanted to fight, but he was trying to instigate it. To like maybe either have me punch him and then him sue me or something like that. But no. What slurs? The F slur. I don't know if he called me the N-word, but he said it was a few slurs. He was like, yeah, he kept saying you're a fucking loser right? He would kick your ass, all this shit. I was like, bro, what a fucking dumbass. Like, who cares? Not a fan then? No, he wasn't a fan. I've never had to fight a fan, no. The only other instance, last thing I'm saying, then we're getting into the video. The only other, I gotta save these philosophy videos for another day, too. We'll watch this short film after this Papa Meat video, though. I was at a shoe store in a mall. And it was this, I don't know how old he was. He was a kid. He was playing by videos behind me. And I knew he knew who I was. Because I hear myself. And it was like my old TikToks. Because this was already like years ago. And he was playing like my shit from like 2020. And it was making me cringe. And I'm just trying to shop for a shoe. And he was playing my videos behind me. And he was following me around like a few feet behind me. Playing them full blast. It was like 5 minutes go by. And I turn around. I'm like, it's me, man. I'm like, that's me. Yeah. And he goes. And then says nothing. And so I just walk away. Then like 10 minutes later, he comes walking up with his brother. And his brother's like, can we get a picture? And I'm like, bro, yeah. You could have just fast-tracked that, you know, to... we could have just done that, you know, instead of having to, like, you know, you follow me around and fucking play my videos behind me. Was it his older brother? I don't know. They were like the same height. They might have been friends. I didn't want to have a conversation with him. If I'm being real, I wasn't like, hey, so how do you know each other? What if I can start small talk with the guy? So what, are you two related? No, who fucking cares? Shy, thank you for the 3. Hope you and Brooke are doing great. Love your content. You'll be through some dark times. Looking forward to coming home and watching your streams unwind for the stressful day. Thank you, Late for the 3. Took the hardest test of my life yesterday. Went in a month to get test scores back. Well, I hope it went well. Sketty for the 1,000 videos. Last time I went to college bar, took a piss. The guy coming out followed me back in and asked me to try some of his nose candy off a Rusty Key. Ooh. I thought he was going to kill me. Not for the 3. Why are you a cutie patootie? McChunky for the 3. Once met Joe at a urinals. We locked eyes, cross streams. Ready for the 3. I'd rather meet Brooke instead of you because she's a girl boss and you're just you. Sorry for the 3. Met Joe last year. I said, are you Joe? And he said, yeah, Joe Mama, before shoving me in a puddle and spraying a bottle of piss on me. McChunky for the 3. What do you do if we met? I'm not big. Thank you for the 5 gifteds. Dorian inside for the sub. Jaqui for the thank you for the 5. Do you have an argument against the philosophy? I didn't choose to be born, therefore it's right to choose to die. I wholeheartedly disagree with it, but I can't find anything fundamentally wrong with it. It's that you didn't choose to be born, but nobody did, and you might as well live the life that you were given because then you're wasting a life that could have been given to somebody else. Right. I think that's the idea. That you have to understand, even if you don't like life right now, that life is a gift. And you even being able to reason that you don't like it is some level of conscious experience. So you have to at least try and make the best of it. Shy for the 3. Nobody has to be here. Nobody has to go through struggles, right? Everybody goes through shit. It's not trying to, like, disvalue whatever anybody's going through, but anybody that says, I didn't choose to be born, therefore it's my right to choose to die. Like, I get what you're saying, but that's not in, like... There's a difference between, like, a stoic death and being, like, I am dying of Alzheimer's at the age of 78 and I'm losing my mind versus being 16 and depressed and wanting to take your own life. Because the majority of people that are depressed and taking their own lives now tend to be younger and haven't even lived their full life, right? Or haven't even lived a life. K-Stack for the sub, Shy for the 3. So I'm a massive suicide prevention advocate. I understand stoic arguments for the idea of, like, suicide when you're, like, really old. But even then, there's, like, disputes against that. And to say that, like, it's my right to choose to die, is it your right? Yeah, you have the right in general. But that doesn't mean that what you're saying is true. I don't think that you shouldn't have the right for your own life, right? It's your life. Do with it as you wish. But when I say to somebody, don't kill yourself, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be able to. I'm saying that you should genuinely sit down and reason that that is a bad idea, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to voice to my audience. If you're depressed, I'm not saying you should not be allowed to, right? I'm saying that you should go, I don't want to. This is stupid to do this. Taking my own life is basically wasting my life. Like, that's, I guess, the thing that I would counter it with. I don't know if that I don't know if that helps you at all. Trap for the sub. Shy, thank you for the 3. Lamp, thank you for the 3. I think I'm caught up. Lock in, chat. Draft the sub. Okay. Genio, thank you for the 3. What's your opinion on a Hitman game? I played all of them. They're pretty good. What's your opinion on fan service in anime? What do you mean? Where they show, like, Gooner shit? I think that's weird. I understand they need to for, like, their core audience, but I don't know. I'm not really, like... I know Zod was like, you watch anime. Only animes I've ever seen were Mob Psycho. I've seen all of Mob Psycho. I've seen all of One Punch Man. I'm on season 4 of AOT. I watched 80 episodes of One Piece, and I got till season 6 of MHA and then quit because it was too cringe. Yariel for the sub. I was saying they're long. I wasn't dissing it. No, you heard it here, folks, first. You heard it here first, folks. General Zod thinks everybody that watches anime is a loser. Quote unquote. That is an official quote by CNN. We are writing that out, broadcasting it. General Zod thinks everybody that watches anime is a quote unquote loser pussy. Dumpster diving addiction. Lock in, chat. All right, sorry we didn't watch a video for like 30 minutes. All right, lock dumpster diving addiction.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come in and sit on down because today we're going to be looking to the smelly world of dumpster diving.
Dude, I love raccoons. I love raccoons. I wish I could have a pet raccoon one day. Little bandits. I love when they hold stuff and then they waddle. You ever see when they steal dog food from like a dog bowl and then they run away? Try to get out of there real quick.
Times are tough right now. As people struggle to make ends meet, the prices of everything seem to rise every day, even for the most basic necessities. Why are you so expensive?
Chinese bootleg Mr. Beast Funko Pop. $378.
This has forced folks to get creative and come up with new ways to survive. And one of the fastest growing methods in this new, weird, money-saving extravaganza is dumpster diving. While many view digging through someone else's garbage as gross, others see it as
Isn't digging through people's trash illegal? Like, if you walked up to your neighbor's trash can and started looking inside of it, that's illegal. Like, you're committing a crime. No, it's mail? No, I think it's trash, too. I know throwing trash in somebody else's trash can's illegal. That's true. I'm almost sure that's true. Public trash can is different. But if you were like, say you're like, I need to throw this out, and you just walk up to some random house and fucking throw trash in their trash can, that's illegal. Because then you're claiming it's whether or not it's their trash, your trash, what you're putting in the trash can, if it could be an illegal substance or something like that. If it's off property, I gotta look that up. Is looking through people's trash illegal? Looking through trash is generally legal if the trash has been placed on a curb for public collection. But it is illegal if it's on private property. So if it's in somebody's bin and it's not, like, out on the street, it's illegal.
Thrown away gold mines, all for the taking. People find things like fresh food, perfectly good clothes.
Okay, I don't know about that. I understand dumpster diving for, like, some goods, potentially, but not food.
And even ancient relics.
Fidget spinner. Have you guys ever thrown anything valuable out? Bro, I don't know if I, like, valuable. I guess that's, like, subjective. My Xbox, I've always given away a lot of shit. The only thing that I've ever thrown out was, like, semi-ripped or, like, clothes that are, like, fucked, you know? Like, or, like, a really worn pair of shoes. And in my head, I'm like, should I donate this? But I'm like, these are fucked. Like some old-ass gym shoes. But you could use them. But they're, like, the soles are fucked. There's no tread.
That's an ancient relic that you'll find in a dumpster.
I throw away socks or, like, dirty shit. Like, if you had, like, dirty underwear or something. Like, I've had, like, white socks that are, like, brown. That, like, the bottoms of them are gross.
But, of course, not everyone wants their trash to be found. Some divers have found human feces and dead bodies inside of dumpsters.
I've thrown out some shit underwear before. Like, twice in my life when I've shit my pants. Just, fuck. Take them off. Fucking chuck them in the trash.
Behind.
Imagine the dumpster diver that would find one of those. Oh my god, a new pair of Fruit of the Loom.
stores.
Fruit of the
So, gear up as we get ready to plunge into the world of dumpster diving. Starting with, what exactly is dumpster diving? Feels pretty self-explanatory. You're diving in dumpsters, but, albeit, let me just fill you in case. Dumpster diving, otherwise known as dumpstering or garbing.
I don't like that.
There's a growing trend around the globe that involves people going from dumpster to dumpster, hoping to find something valuable.
They didn't cut that one. Y'all, they didn't cut it.
Look at that. Bro, that ain't a jackpot. That's like a $4 fucking hair iron. I don't know. I feel like the appeal of this is it's like gambling. You know, no risk gambling. I can understand that. Should I do a dumpster diving vlog one day? That'd be fun. I really want to do a Goodwill vlog one day where I do thrifting. I just start sifting through trash. What's up, Bart Farts? Let's see what we can find.
I don't know if I can get it.
That's disgusting, though. I don't know if I could sift through trash. I don't know if I could sift through trash. I don't think I could. Could you guys muster up the confidence to go, like, open? It's different from, like, going into a dumpster and finding a loose item versus ripping open a trash bag and going, like, muddling through rotting food and, like, dirty shit.
Oh, man. Oh, it's got the bad away.
I mean, I would assume it just doesn't work. Oh my god! Madden 25 for the Xbox One? Oh shit! I'll be able to turn that into GameStop for like $2 of store credit!
This is all Xbox games. Come on, Xbox One. Oh, in there.
Oh my god, Madden 17? Oh shit! That'll be like 30 cents at the Xbox store. Or not the Xbox store, GameStop.
In there.
Whoa. Look at all this.
Oh my god, Fanta?
Food and drinks. Look at all those sodas.
We kind of touched on this a little bit with...
Like, what do you do with them is the thing. I understand if you're trying to dumpster dive as like a fun side hustle, but what are you grabbing out of a dump? Like, if you find all that Fanta, are you drinking it? Are you trying to resell it?
Like the Goodwill bins, in the sense, is kind of dumpster diving. But to be fair, it is people donating things for someone else to get. It isn't actual trash, something that's meant to just be in a landfill. Even though some of it should be, you know, there is a difference. But there is a trend happening where people, I think, who do go to those Goodwill bins, I think that's whenever they're like, we have to get... People know what they have too much now. We need to get to people who don't know what they have, and they're throwing it away to go into a landfill. And digging through the trash isn't a new concept. But
I think there's a real strategy here in dumpster diving, though. You really got to go to like a higher net worth area, no? Or maybe like a mid-tier. What like net worth? Do you think it would be the highest income people would throw out the most valuable shit? I feel like sometimes they donate a lot. I feel like a middle high class income would be the best spot. Or like really like Nepo baby rich people that don't care. You would have to go to like that area, just like a dumpster business around there.
But it became more socially acceptable in the late 1960s and early 70s as people became very environmentally conscious and aware of the
yeah, like a higher class suburban area.
Amount of waste that they were producing. Companies like Shein and Temu are responsible for a new wave of fast fashion that is the contribution to billions of tons of waste each year from mass-producing clothing and trinkets. That make you feel good?
I'm pretty sure they all...
I will say I keep a lot of the all the Amazon review shit basically I kept. When we did the Temu review, like half of that shit I had to throw out. Because either, like, what am I, like, the unicycle, it was broken. Like, it was broken. I just bought a unicycle, put it together, it was broken, instantly, threw it out. That's just in a landfill now. Well, I threw it in the recyclables, because of the metal pieces, but even then.
Also said Forever 21, when that
the
was...
The Miku outfit, yeah, that got thrown out, because I ripped it.
Really big, was like a huge cost.
Did you keep the Dubai chocolate? No, I threw that out as well.
I could see
smelling salts, those are gone. Possum I kept.
Forever 21. If there was a reason that
No, I thought you were doing the Miku cosplay later. Fuck. I etched it on my calendar.
Earth would die or end. I think Forever 21. I would not, like, if someone was like, yes, you...
The lube? No, I still... I still have the 2 gallons of lube. Yeah, no, I still have the 2 gallons of lube. They're just sitting in a bin. Don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I'm thinking one day I kind of want to use them for a slip and slide. Thoughts? I've been reasoning that. I've actually thought about it. I kind of want to get a big tarp one day and go to like a field somewhere. Just fucking lube it up. Just fucking run across. I don't know. I feel like, what else am I going to do? I have 2 gallons of lube. That's like an endless supply of lube.
And it's Forever 21's fault. I would be like, sure. In America alone, 80% of people throw away perfectly good food.
I'm not doing a lube giveaway. No.
And companies like Walmart and McDonald's waste tons of perfectly good food from predetermined expiration dates. We got it so good that we're just like, just throw it away. If it's not mint fresh, I don't want it. Today, combating...
Take a bath in it? I would need to buy more lube. Why'd you ban my alt account, you weirdo, Joe? Dude, you just said you were ban evading. Now I gotta ban that one. Actually, I don't know. Oh, no, you're like, dude, your profile picture is like a 5-year-old. You're getting banned.
Environmental waste is still a huge reason why people dive. But however, it has evolved over time to fit numerous needs, right? Not all these dumpster diving warriors are for good. I just want to say that. Everybody crawling around a dumpster isn't just some eco-conscious saint, all right? For example, some people scavenge through dumpsters behind construction.
Copper tubing. Gotta go around construction, get some copper tubing. That's worth a lot. Gotta get a dumpster dive, get some good metals that I could sell for scrap.
Sites to find building materials or scrap metal that they can sell.
Or sometimes they just go in the building and steal it.
Or sometimes they just go and break into stuff and grab copper out of the wall.
Copper tubing. Copper tubing's worth a lot of money. You can get a lot of, well, it's a good side hustle getting some copper tubing.
Copper pipes that they can sell.
Reed Donos. Gang, thank you for the 5 gifts. It's Lace for the 3. Or listen for the 5. Get Coach Art and Zusi ready to lube up, slip and slide with you. Comrade for the 3. You helped me through my dad's passing in 2020. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Rep in the chat. Put a smile on my face. Your streams helped me learn that I was going through what I was going through is normal, so thank you. Fellow and Eclipse for the sub. Alexa, thank you for the 3. Lost the game. Nana for the 3. Random question, but why were you and King Wolves the other commentator of the Slap Fight just staring at each other half the time? I wasn't staring at each other. It's just weird to look at the camera, so I was looking at JT. Luke, thank you for the 3. There was a guy that threw away a drive with a ton of Bitcoin, like $18 million. Yeah, I heard about that. Coded Pack for the sub for the 5. How's the diet going? I'm not on a diet. Big for the 3. On my old catering job, I did catering with raccoon. And these raccoons would come up and steal trash and old food. Eventually, I would just give them food. They would literally shake my hand and run away. Guess for the sub. Meeseeks for the 1,000 biddies. W Jiu-Jitsu Kaiden Season 3 trailer drop today. James for the 3. Metro earlier this year slapped me in the face, spat on me. Link for the 3. Season 8 MHA comes out. Not watching MHA. Big for the sub. Squirt, thank you for the 3. Death and Gang, thank you for the 5 gifteds.
Others will raid college.
You have the Dexter cut out? Yeah, I kept that.
Campuses for thrown out appliances and office supplies. The reason it's so popular.
I give a lot away to my friends. Like, if it's not something donatable, there's a lot of stuff where it's like clothes, and I've done donations for that stuff. But if it's like, almost all the costumes I've done, I still have. Like, I keep those costumes in case I reuse them. Like the Mafia one. I have a lot of the Mario ones. Like, all those costumes I keep. But a lot of the shit I'll just give, like the Pop-Tarts I give away to my friends. And they'll take them.
Others will raid college campuses for thrown out appliances and office supplies. The reason it's so
no, the Hooters one I don't have anymore.
Popular today is that there are tons of...
Actually, I might. I don't know. I might have thrown that one out. I don't think that was something that I wanted to donate. Like a medium Hooters uniform that I had to put on and stretch the shit out of it.
The reason it's so popular today is that there are tons of...
No, I wanted the loose Pop-Tart giveaway! I wanted the box of the lemon blueberry crumble.
Thrown out appliances and office supplies. The reason it's so popular today is that there are tons of content creators across all platforms who make a living by showing off.
Bro, it's like a Pokemon unboxing. You know how fire that is? Dumpster diving 2025, karaoke system, snacks, drinks, jerky, and cat foods. I'd be like, damn, what did this guy pull out of a dumpster?
What they have found.
And here's an overview of everything I've found, so I cleaned everything up. We've got icy hot, nighttime cold, and...
Bro, I'd be a little nervous that some of the shit would just be, like, recalled, no? If they're throwing out, like, full makeup that's not expired, I'd be like, bro, maybe you're using something that's, like, been recalled and is, like, fucking poisonous. Or, like, unsafe.
Cough, NyQuil, and DayQuil.
Like, if you're going in the back of a business and just fucking stealing their shit.
Look at all
We're not stealing their shit because it's thrown out, but, you know.
that salt and pepper.
Yeah, we just fit everything. It was so much stuff.
My God, look at the fucking payload of DayQuil. Look at all the DayQuil we got. I'll never be sick again.
Cold and cough, NyQuil, and DayQuil. Look at all that salt and pepper.
Yeah, we just fit everything. It was so much stuff. And this is like all the stuff that...
Dude, this feels like extreme couponers when they would cut to like one lady and she'd be like, I've saved over $3,000 grocery shopping in the last year. We have 35,000 tubes of Colgate toothpaste. And let's just say these pearly whites are never going to go bad.
We just, you know...
Like, you have literally 1,000 years worth of toothpaste.
Lined up, kind of sorted out by sections too, like,
We've got our awesome haul all laid out.
Oh, that's fire. Dude, that's a good pull. The Planters Mix Trail Mix. Oh, my God. The peanut butter trail mix Planters has is, like, heaven.
So much good stuff.
It's the best. I'm so serious. That would be, like, a dessert that I could eat for the rest of my life. The peanut butter M&M trail mix.
We found a lot of food and snacks tonight.
But this right here is hands down my most epic score ever.
TNT confetti cannons, red, white, and blue.
I am not taking fireworks out of a fucking trash can. Okay? That's a no-go. Just off of safety concerns, you're gonna let's light these puppies off. I found a confetti cannon. Bro, she has fireworks. She has fire. Oh, no, these are poppets and shit. Still, a confetti cannon, bro. I don't know. Just shit that's been in the fucking trash. Smoke sticks. I feel like something would be wrong with them.
Multicolored confetti cannons. We've got these smoke sticks.
Are you legally allowed to throw away unused fireworks in a trash can? Isn't that not like a hazard? I feel like you have to light them off.
$5 a piece. We have a mountain of sparklers.
It's crazy. They're just like, yeah, so kind of. It's the same kind of lie when someone's just like, I make $20,000 a month by renting out soda pop machines. Have you seen that? Time to do the pickup of my soda pop haul. And they're like in a laundromat. And they're like, $900? Okay. It's like bullshit, dude. Some of these people that are doing the dumpster diving, let's just say that you can't find something. You never know what kooky bitch.
Nah, and owning like a laundromat's the worst, bro. I always said I used to have to work at a laundromat, bro. They would rob that place all the time. Did I ever say that? I worked under the table. It was like for like 2 months. I would clean the place and empty the fucking like coin slots. Dude, it was like every other week somebody would just fucking break one of the fucking coin like exchanges and just steal all the money. I was like, feel like there should be a better safety mechanism here rather than them just ripping a sledgehammer straight to the wall.
He's gonna just throw in something like, I don't know, it's like an antique dress or something.
Thought you only worked at GNC? Legally, that was my first job. I had other jobs before then, but it was like miscellaneous yard work or like I worked at the laundromat for like a month.
I just don't even, I don't like looking at it. It scares me and they throw it away. Sure. But I do have a feeling that
under the table, yes. Under the table means you get paid with cash, and I am not legally on payroll.
People are like going on eBay and buying something and being like, wait, what? And like they pull it out. Oh my God, Chad, do you see this right now? That kind of thing.
Oh my God, you guys, somebody threw out a brand new Rolex. What are the odds?
Week, more people tune into.
That's how Storage Wars felt. I'm sorry. I love that show, but every time it would literally be a mountain of trash. Somebody that didn't pay their storage bill or died. Like maybe if they died but they didn't pay their storage bill, it's just fucking shit. Dirty mattresses, old mattresses. And they'd be like, yeah, not a lot of stuff here, Bill. Wait, what's that in the back? An antique Civil War rifle? We gotta get this checked out. I'd be like, who the fuck would have that in a storage unit? Next to all the fucking Thomas the Tank Engine bullshit and fucking dirty mattresses. They just have a Civil War rifle just in the fucking, in the back. They just have that.
See what's been found and to get inspired to go out and try it themselves. Mom, can I go out and dumpster dive, please? I want to find a relic.
And dude, the only other thing about Storage Wars that I fucking hated was whenever they would always be like, yeah, this is worth. It'd be like Bob, whatever. Who's the bald guy? Storage Wars cast. I gotta find the dude. Daryl Sheets. Anybody remember Daryl Sheets? It'd cut to him looking at a storage unit. Daryl. And he'd be like, yeah, this telephone's worth about $22. Yeah, I don't know. That lamp's probably worth about $15. And it would always, in the bottom left, it would be like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I'm like, that's what he's saying it's worth. And he has to sell it. He hasn't sold it. And they'd always be like, so we're like 1,000 in the green. I'm like, no, this is speculative value. You might sit on that lamp for 5 years before you fucking sell it. Because it's a used dirty lamp that you're going to try and resell at a fucking pawn shop or some shit. Like, who's buying that?
Right themselves. Mom, can I go out and dumpster dive, please? I want to find a relic from the past. One of the more controversial reasons people dumpster dive is to find their next meal. Stores across the nation toss out millions of pounds of good food simply because it's nearing its expiration date, aka it's going bad. You'll get sick if you eat it. This is
That's weird. Walmart doesn't do that because half the produce at Walmart's already fucking rotten. Tell me why I buy a case of blueberries and the next day they're fucking covered in mold and fuzz. Next day,
people to start.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate shopping at Walmart. I'm sorry. I go there and I'm literally inspecting case after case after case of fucking strawberries, and at every one there's like 4 of them. They're just fucking rotten. there was one time it was so bad where like I was looking at these raspberries and they were all rotten, and it wasn't even like late at night. I was about to tell a worker and be like, you need to throw these out. And then in the back of my head, I was like, wait, this is a 19-year-old getting paid minimum wage. He doesn't care. And then I just kept going on with my day.
Taking out dumpsters, waiting for big stores to throw out their expired foods. You think the guys ever come up with like meat or just like put it, they're like, back! They have like a torch. Back! Which is, it's not even a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of regular people out there that just do it. Why?
It's free food, or it's my hobby.
The meat's gray. It's gray. It's gray ground beef. I mean, if you could cook and put a little garlic salt on it, it'd be delicious.
I mean, how long has it been in the dumpster? 10 minutes?
I mean, in this case,
yeah, I think any meats, any produce you could get away with, like it being out in the sun. Maybe if you live in a really cold area and they throw out meat, but I think like any raw stuff you probably shouldn't take.
10 minutes, but if just the sheer fact of them throwing it out into a dumpster that is littered with germs. Wait, this video is sponsored.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bring this video and back to the video.
There's trends of people like washing their chicken in bleach.
Is that true? Or do they think it just I mean, are they going? Yeah, we call it.
Oh my God, who is that one woman on TikTok that would wash her meats with soap? She would wash ground beef with soap. Like, do you think that was a joke, or do you think she was actually just that crazy?
A blind chicken.
I need to find that video. I need to find that video. Hold up. It was like, I think it was ground beef. Woman washes ground beef. Why is it always copyrighted music? Why are you putting that audio behind that? Or this. Like, this isn't even soap. Oh, it was soap. I think that one was a meme, though. But that's basically what the woman would do. Oh, is this it? It's clean now, bro. You're eating soap. You're eating chemicals.
One bit of it and you're blind. I'm blind. You go legally blind for 10 minutes.
What the fuck is he talking about?
True? Or do they think it just disconnect? I mean, are they going? Yeah, we call it blind chicken. Because you eat one bit of it and you're blind. I'm blind. You go legally blind for 10 minutes. That would be. I want to go to a hobo like a homeless camp or any place where it's like somebody grabs some bleached chicken and they're making like Nashville hot chicken out of it. Oh, these blind hot chicken sandwiches are good. I just grayed out, glazed over like I'm a White Walker.
If you knew it was just temporary, would you try the blind chicken?
It's kind of, I kind of want to. No, because I'd be too scared. I would be too much of a pussy.
I've woken up blind one time.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you have not woken up blind. Your eyes were closed. We've already talked about this.
No, okay.
It was total darkness, and you're like, but all of a sudden it came back. I'm like, you woke up and your eyes were closed. Help!
I had like a face mask that had like herb bags, like bags of herbs.
What the do you mean?
Oh, he had like oregano in his face mask?
Bags of herbs. Were you hunting a vampire? Were you trying to fend off werewolves? Are you a plague doctor? What the f are you talking about?
This salesman in a mall sold my mom to it. Took him an hour to sell it to her. It's like a mask you wear, but it's like bags of herbs that go over your eyes and you throw them in the microwave, heat them up.
What the fuck is it supposed to do? And it made him temporarily blind?
Put them on, and when I woke up, I took it off, and I was like, I can't see.
Okay. I believe part of your story.
Okay, maybe if you had like a high amount of pressure, I'm thinking if it was pressing his eyes so much, like he probably opened his eyes and it was just like gray. Like, you know when you stand up and you have like low iron or whatever and you kind of like half, like not faint, but you get lightheaded and things get gray? Like that, but worse.
I believe that you got conned into buying a face mask where you heat up some oregano and put it on your face. I believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that you took the mask off, your eyes were closed, and you thought you were blind. Look, it smells great, but I'm blind.
I think what happened is the mask was too tight, and the bags of herbs was putting pressure on my eyes. And for 10 hours, the pressure on my eyeballs.
Yeah, 10 hours, the pressure on his eyeballs got too much. And so he opened his eyes, and for like 5 seconds, he couldn't see.
Why would that cause you to go blind?
I don't know. Have you ever put pressure?
Reduce blood pressure to his, there would be no blood to his eye region.
Eyeballs and can't see for a bit?
No. Dumpster diving.
Yeah, no, I know what he means. Like, have you ever gone like this? You rub your eyes. Like, that's what I was just doing. Like, you rub your eyes, and you're like, oh, fuck. And you open them up, and they're like it's a little hazy.
It's not only any
but like that for 10 hours straight.
Easy way to find free stuff. God. I already know, too. This is so because there's going to be some guys like, he's right, actually. I actually pressed my fingers in my eyes, and I went blind, too, for a bit. Oh, God. Dumpster diving is not only an easy way to find free stuff, it's also a good way to find nice stuff for free.
That's the same thing.
You like that? People will search endlessly to find electronics, designer bags, and expensive makeup just to take it home and sell it online to make a profit from dumpster diving.
But like, what business is this people's throwing these out, or businesses throwing out like Gucci bags?
Which, once again, parallel.
Like, who would throw that out? Slavey, Asian, and Tor for the sub, Dad for the sub, Marion, thank you for the 3. Stayed in school in 2 weeks. What's your favorite snack? I don't really know. Gang, thank you for the 5 subs. Death, Quandale, and CMC for the sub, Lace for the 5.
With the Goodwill pickers, are they on the same line as people who go to Goodwill and search through trashy bins or even thrift store shopping, or are they a layer below because it's simply dumpsters?
I would say layer below, because like the bins, at least it's a organized thing.
I will say,
I feel like the bins is an organized thing, but I feel like you're more of an aggressive person if you're going to the bins. If you're going to the bins, you like confrontation, you live for the thrill, you know? I think if you're a dumpster diver, you're kind of just like a lone wolf.
For the means of survival.
You're a dumpster diver, you're like, yeah, I just post up right behind the Dunkin' Donuts at night.
Survival for getting meat.
Sometimes I find a few Boston creams
to survive.
Pretty good.
I think they're parallel. But I think the people who are too cheap for the bins even.
Oh, yeah, because they're getting that for...
When do you switch to the school schedule? Now? Tomorrow I'm live at 2 for Labor Day. MC, Lucky Block, Random Games, Water Park Sim after. Tuesday live at 4:30. Geo Guesser with the guys. Me, Slat, and Slime against Zigzag. Then Schedule 1 update out of the beta. We're going to be giving away game codes. Wednesday live at 4:30 doing horror games. Thursday live at 4 doing Silk Song. Friday live at 4:30 doing React. Saturday live at 2 doing random games and more Silk Song. And then Sunday I'm doing a charity stream. And then I'm gone the 8th to the 14th. Lock in.
Free. You know what I mean? We just gotta watch out for thrift stores now. There's no such thing as a good thrift store anymore. Everything's so expensive. I saw this amazing. We got that pool table. I saw this Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Senior, whichever one. The guy who ran into a wall. Show a clip. But it was his, the Intimidator, the best one, and it was a billiard light. But it was his car, was the hood, and I was like, holy.
Bro, can we ban these guys, mods? What are we doing?
I was like, that's awesome. It's like, goddamn, look. I was like, looked at the price tag. The guy wanted $3,000 for it. What is happening? What is this? Many people make a living purely by dumpster diving, finding all sorts of valuable things thrown away. Like this beautiful woman, Melania Diaz. Melanie Diaz. Melanie Diaz was on TikTok one day when she watched a video showing a woman saving a substantial amount of money by simply digging through dumpsters. And inspired by
Oh my god, getting like holiday shit would be probably a fucking hustle. Like old Christmas decorations that stores didn't sell, you fucking pocket them for the next season. That would be like actually a fucking fire idea.
She gave it a try herself and was instantly hooked. At first, it was simply a hobby she pursued while working as a full-time photographer. But eventually, she was able to quit her job and dumpster dive to get by.
How do you report that to your fucking your tax income? Like, what do you do? Like, what is your job to the IRS? You're like professional dumpster diver. You have an LLC where you just like resell. It's probably just like you're a reseller. Like you just resell goods with the undersign of, yes, I go look in dumpsters for stuff. There's no way she's making a full-time salary from this.
She purposely targeted name brand stores like TJ Maxx and Home Goods and would find clothing items, along with books and toys that still had their tags on them. She said she only spent 4 to 5 hours a day diving in these goddamn dumpsters, but it was enough to sustain herself.
5 hours a day?
For over 2 years, she saved more than $50,000, which let her travel and visit her family in Colombia. Okay, it's $25,000 a year, Nick, but also probably a bit more than those photos we're making, all right? Full-time photographer, you pray to get those $25,000 a year. Now, Melanie has a social media following where she posts her daily hauls and uses the income from her content to buy food and other necessities. Which that's the thing too, is that there is the content side of it makes sense to me. The idea of searching for treasure. That's what it is, right? So even if you don't get it,
bro, I would rather watch. There was a phase I had where I loved watching metal detecting videos. That was like I loved watching like deep sea. I'm in the Caribbean, 100 feet deep. I'm looking for like gold rings that people fucking dropped. Those were fun. Because that's like treasure hunting. I understand it's treasure hunting to go dumpster diving, but I'm like, bro, that's not really, I would watch it, maybe like one video, but after a bit and then being like, oh, look, we found a functioning toy car. I'd be like, this isn't treasure. You found $40 worth of shit.
It's just the next one. You know how many dumpsters there are in the world?
It's kind of like pack openings.
100%. Exactly. Just more disgusting. I wouldn't say, you know what though? Not as demeaning. Not as demeaning. The way even myself opening up magic cards, it feels worse than probably crawling into a, I don't know, diaper-filled garbage can.
And this is expensive. I mean, you're putting money in to go fucking buy magic cards with odds worse than fucking slot machines. Versus you going into a dumpster for free and potentially walking out with nothing.
Some look to save money.
Somebody redeem Scream, refunded. I'm not screaming right now. Lock in.
Others look to make money from their find.
Yo, literally nobody's talking about the video. Yo, throw it in sub only. Solo for the 5. Love the streams you inspired me to start streaming. That's awesome. Zell, thank you for the 3. Love watching the philosophy videos. Thank you. Sammy and Andrew for the sub. Z-Lab and Tormentor for the sub.
2 women from Pennsylvania traveled nationwide to put new items on their online shop. Veronica Taylor and Liz Wilson claim to make anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 a month simply from items they find in dumpsters. The pair has found all sorts of expensive things from Louis Vuitton bags to premium hygiene products. They share many of their finds on TikTok, attracting countless people to their online store. The income from their sales allows them to travel across the country, going from city to city and picking up different treasures from dumpsters.
But how do you determine where you want to go dumpster-wise? And then, like, if people are going to fucking, like, call the cops on you and be like, dude, this person's just, like, sifting through this dumpster.
And Tiffany Butler is another woman who lives comfortably off dumpster diving. She has her own...
Okay, bruh. The fucking shirt encompasses it, though. Eat, sleep, TikTok, repeat. I mean, this is just a make-to-order type fucking t-shirt. Who the fuck designed this? This is some shit you would get... Bro, when you're like in your tween ages and nobody knows what to buy you, so they get you like troll. I remember I had a troll face fucking t-shirt. Just anything you would get at like a Spencer's. Just some dumbass fucking word meme.
She has her own website where she sells beauty products, pet toys, and random...
Don't talk to me before I have my morning coffee.
...random finds, and these items range from $2 to $4.
Yeah, pause my game to be here. I got gifted one of those. Never wore it.
But her big ticket items are her sex toys that she finds.
I don't want to use a sex toy found at a dumpster.
They clean it though. I hate when people are just...
Oh, used? It's not like an unboxed one. They're finding a used sex toy that they clean and then resell. Who would buy that? Why would anyone buy that?
Her big ticket items are her sex toys that she finds.
I don't want to use a sex toy found at a dumpster.
They clean it though. I hate when people are just... Well, I cleaned it. Did you?
Is it? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say there's definitely a used market.
Oh, there's definitely a used market for sex toys. Did you clean it? Yeah. No. The whole thing can act like a little scratch and sniff.
Oh, they want it unclean.
It does, if it's not Willy Wonka's like wallpaper, then they're like, all right. She has a page where you can buy dumpster those and other sex toys, all discarded by a nearby sex shop. In addition to her webpage, she has multiple accounts.
I kind of want to go on that website. Do you think it's going to be like disgusting photos where there's like fucking shit on it?
Page where you can buy dumpster those and other sex toys, all discarded by a nearby sex shop. In addition to her webpage, she has multiple accounts.
I couldn't go on stream. I'd have to be full face cam.
On social media,
like a shit-covered dildo.
Showing off her finds. Tiffany claims that she makes anywhere from $76,000 to $100,000.
Get the fuck out of here! She's making $100,000 a year just selling reused. Where is she even finding these?
A year just by dumpster diving, and probably primarily on the sex toys. She also finds enough things in dumpsters that she doesn't have to buy her kids back to school clothes or supplies. She just gives them the dumpster finds that show American pickers. They go to people's places and they look through their shit and they're like, what the hell is that? That's awesome. And they put it in like a, it's like, oh, this is a vintage store. But essentially they're going,
I don't know. I mean, American pickers, or where they're going into storage units, or like houses that have been like fucking, closed on. I think that's different because you're not going through trash. You're going through stuff that people thought was valuable enough to pay to put a place. Different from them just being like, nah, I'm chucking this out.
Through dumpster sites and stuff and grabbing things. Is it just because it's cheap items, it's people cheaping out and being like, well, these are perfectly good folders. I'm just going to use these folders. Is that the negative connotation? And is it really that wrong, Nick?
No, I don't think it's wrong.
Don't get it wrong. The kid's going to get bullied. You better not tell that anybody. Kid, if you're watching this, do...
Yeah, the kid goes, my calculator's actually from a dumpster. Do you like my Nemo backpack? My mom found it outside of a JCPenney.
Not tell anybody.
I brag about dumpster diving.
Yeah, do not brag about it.
All the time to my teachers. Like, I brag about it to everybody. They're like, ew, that sounds gross. I'm, oh yeah, I got this, I got this, I got that. I love it. I have no shame.
What the puppet in the Sesame Street? That's the garbage guy. Oscar. I call your ass Oscar. Like, I'm not a garbage man. They're like, I'm not a garbage man. Also, don't give him bleached chicken at school. Yeah, last time we ate your mom's snacks, we went blind for like 4 minutes. That's what I mean. I guess it's a thing of like, I don't know. It's a weird, because there really is nothing wrong with it, right? I think it's just the perceived idea too that people are like, the thing I got, even like right here, I got this for my child, I got it out of a dumpster. I think it's just the face value of that. Even if it's totally normal, it's just the idea of like you couldn't just.
Bro, I really want to go look through a dumpster now. Like I really want to just see what I would find. I truly believe if I went through an entire dumpster, I would find maybe one thing that's worth like $10. Maybe one thing that's worth $10. Like an average, I think you would have to go through like 20 dumpsters to find anything that's moderately valuable.
Go inside and pay for like a clean version of it.
Well, that's capitalism.
It'll just be trash, bro. You're going to go through food, like old food.
Listen, dumpster diving profiteers are not only in the US, but are worldwide. In the UK, a channel by the name of Dumpster Diving UK makes upwards of 100.
Dumpster Diving UK. Look at this. Oh, brand new fish and chips. Oh, it smells about half rotten, but it's probably good as new. You pop it in the old microwave.
$1,000 from a single haul. Throwing
what?
In the UK, a channel by the name of Dumpster Diving UK makes upwards of $100,000 from a single haul.
No, he does not. What are you pulling out of a trash can that's worth $100 grand?
Throwing away over there. I found this gold lion. I think it belongs to the queen. I'm not sure. I don't like it. I'm just gonna sell it. The man who runs the channel creates videos that focus on how much
an Xbox controller that's actually broken, and he's broadcasting that. That is a good throwaway. That Xbox controller has the worst stick drift you've ever fucking seen.
The man who runs the channel creates
Look at that.
Videos that
Look at that fucking controller. Oh, look at that. Oh, what a find. An Xbox One controller. Oh, this would go for probably, I don't know, 20 quid.
Focus on
I'll be able to read. Oh, let me take it to a guy. I'll fix it.
How much companies like Amazon.
Oh, look at that. A wired Xbox One controller.
Amazon and Smith's and
oh my god, a Pulse 3D PlayStation headset that comes with the game, or comes with the console.
Irish toy chain actually waste, which, you know what, that's big brain moves. Dump it on the show that I could turn this around and make tons of money off this. What do you think British Jeff Bezos is? What's his name?
Jeff Biscuits.
Or Jim Biscuits. My name's Jim He's like bald still. Oh, you better get out of my factory, hey? I'm gonna fucking give you one, eh? While he claims to make only about 1,000 USD a week, some of his largest finds have earned him hundreds of thousands of dollars. In one haul, he found 50 boxes of nail polish, each containing 300 bottles, which he sold for $100.
Yo, am I crazy, or should they have gloves that go past the wrist? I feel like I'd be wearing those cleaner gloves. I'd be wearing those fucking sleeves that cow farmers wear when they have to shove their hand up a cow's butt. Like I'd be like hazmat suit getting ready to enter the trash can.
$135,000. That's insane. He has also found large amounts of iPhones and hard drives that have given similar profits. The main
that is like a first-gen iPad. That's selling for nothing.
Claims that his fascination with dumpster diving started when...
Oh, look, it still turns on.
As a child, he found food for his family in a Tesco dumpster. And ever since then, he has been interested in the world of dumpster
PlayStation, the original PlayStation, Retaliation.
Diving.
I used to eat and drink from dumpster, like trash cans at school. So...
Why even say that publicly? You don't need to. You don't need to out this man. It's all right. What are you doing now? This man's story of finding food in the trash is more common than people realize. Food waste is a big, big problem in the world today, and there are whole movements and cultures that exclusively eat from dumpsters. Looking at a dumpster, you probably wouldn't think it looks appetizing, but for some people, it's a whole goddamn buffet. Within the diving community, there's a subculture called freegans. These people are simply looking to avoid paying for food and to help reduce food waste by taking food out of the trash and consuming them. Freegans devote their time...
Oh my god, but open apples. Like, I get it if you're taking a bag of chips or, like, closed bread from a dumpster, but, like, produce that's, like, sitting next to other trash,
to scouring their cities and marking
Like, bro, that's open rolls.
out good places to eat. Online, they have created maps of good dumpsters to eat at, as well as locations of fruit and nut trees. In Germany, it is so popular that they have opened a grocery store called The Good Food, which gets all of its produce from dumpsters. Sophia Anderson is a big supporter of eating from the trash and has made a social media career showing off her finds and how to make delicious recipes from discarded.
What did that say? 4 years of dumpster diving. Best before date is a guide, not an answer. Trust your senses. They know. And if they don't, teach them. Mold is not your enemy. Most things can be frozen. Dehydration is lit. The dumpsters are still full. Food is a love language. Don't treat it like anything else. I mean, some valid things. These pumpkins are not edible.
And how to make delicious recipes from discarded food. I'm sure that all the food she gets is just like, it's not everything is just covered in piss and shit. In my mind, that's what it keeps coming to, but it's probably like canned foods.
Yeah.
Got that image right there. She got a bunch of cheese and meats.
See, that's it. The cheese and meats, I'd be
Yeah, meat. Anything that could rot is an issue.
so scared with. If my buddy hopped out and he's like, I found a fresh can of black beans out of a trash can, I'd be like, pop her open. But for some reason, the meat
yeah, because it's closed off fully, like nothing would have contaminated it.
thing just scares me. The phrase, one man's trash is another man's treasure, could never be more true when it comes to dumpster diving. People throw out all sorts of things and don't realize how much they might be worth. And one Chinese man found a historical relic inside someone's trash. I instantly got chills as soon as I said Chinese man.
Why?
I don't know. One Chinese man becomes so much more exotic and like magical, doesn't it? Just don't put this in, editor. Editor, don't put all this in. Because he probably sounds... Actually, let's just drop it. You know, never mind. A textile worker in the 1980s was riding his tricycle around a market while looking for any valuables that might have been thrown away. While searching, a set of ornate wooden chairs caught his eye. He immediately grabbed them and took them home. Did he just steal chairs? Were they in the dumpster? It sounds like from what I've heard here, he was riding a tricycle and just saw some chairs. All right. His family would use them as everyday furniture for years, and they didn't think anything of them. However, in 2011, the grandson of the textile worker went to sell the chairs so he could buy a home. When he took them to an appraiser, it was revealed that they were 400-year-old Ming Dynasty chairs used in the royal palace. The chairs were taken to the auction and sold for 23 million yen, or $3.2 million USD.
Oh my god, I mean, that's literally... that is treasure. You're just like, oh, these chairs look nice.
Thank God I got them appraised.
What the fuck?
Appraised. I would not think, I need to buy a home. How about I sell these chairs? Not all finds are actually treasures. Most of the time, it really is just trash. And when I say most of the time, I mean almost every time. 99.9% of the times, it's gonna be trash in the trash can, all right? Or sometimes, it's even worse. Lightning.
Oh yeah, they're gonna find like dead bodies and shit.
In New Mexico, the heat was coming down as 3 divers were digging through some trash when they heard a faint cry come from a bag. Thinking it was an animal, quickly opened it up, only to discover a newborn baby with the umbilical cord still attached. They contacted the authorities, and the child was...
What? They were dumpster diving for fucking food and goods, and they found a newborn baby?
Rushed to the hospital while police searched for the person who dumped the baby.
911, where's your emergency?
We just found a baby in the trash.
Is it breathing?
Yes, ma'am. He still got his umbilical cord. He's whimpering. He was not crying, actually.
The culprit was Alexis Avila, who was caught on CCTV throwing the bag into the trash and walking away.
Bro, so she gave birth, put it in a trash bag, and then just chucked it in the garbage?
Alexis Avila, who was caught on CCTV throwing the bag into the trash and walking away. How can you do that? Actually, scary. She claimed that she had no idea that she was pregnant, and when she gave birth to the baby in her parents' bath.
How do you not, bro? Nah, I feel like that's that's like a common thing some people are in denial of, bro. Oh shit, wait, hold up. It's like something in my eye. I feel like that's a common thing some like younger women that get pregnant. It's like they sit in denial about it, and like you're getting a baby belly. You haven't gotten your period. You're getting morning sickness. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Right? Cryptic pregnancies can happen. Yeah, but a lot of the time, too, I'm just saying it's just like literally ignoring, in denial. No, I'm not. And then they just pop out a baby. And I'm like, you didn't know. Maybe you didn't know you were pregnant. You pop out a baby. You still just don't throw it in the trash. Be like, oh, this is a problem.
Bathroom. She panicked and decided to throw it away. How do you not know you're pregnant?
Cryptic pregnancy is used by medical professionals to describe a pregnancy that is not recognized by the woman who is pregnant until she is in labor or has given birth. Yes, but I think not recognize, does not recognize mean they don't know, or not recognize meaning like in denial? I'm Googling that. Is cryptic pregnancy real? It is a pregnancy that goes unnoticed until late in the term or even time of delivery. Woman is unaware of her pregnancy until she is 20 weeks or more gestation. If they have irregular periods, low body fat, hormonal imbalances, denial of pregnancy or previous pregnancy complications. They get lower pregnancy symptoms. But even then, bro, like, you don't just go, oh, fuck, I'm having a kid. Oh, fuck, I'm having a kid. Let me go throw it in the dumpster.
Fortunately, this time, the person was found alive.
Happened to my mom. She didn't know she was pregnant until 20 weeks. Yeah, but your mom didn't throw you out in a dumpster, is the thing that I'm saying.
But most of the time, they aren't so lucky. While digging through a dumpster, a man found a pair of boots he thought were interesting, right? Those are pretty interesting boots there. After reaching down to take them,
I would be shocked. Like, if I was the woman, I'd be like, holy fuck, I was pregnant. But, I mean, the general response after that is like, I gotta fucking, I gotta do something here, you know?
He noticed that there was a dead body of a young woman attached to them. Police were called to the scene where they identified the deceased woman as 24-year-old Sierra Woodfork. Though her cause of death wasn't identified, police believed foul play was involved. Good detective work. I mean, I'm pretty sure something happened. You think the guy was just like, do I get the boots?
Oh, I bet.
Oh, I think so. I found the body. You could at least throw me the boots. Sometimes people find only body parts and not the whole thing. In Baltimore, a couple discovered a human foot in a bag while dumpster diving.
That would freak me the fuck out. Like, you're dumpster diving, you're like, oh my god, this is a human hand or some shit.
Was turned over to a medical examiner. No other news had been released saying who.
And are they able to figure out whose hand it or foot it was?
Who or where the foot came from.
They're just like, this is a foot. We don't know whose this is.
We have no idea. Over in Spain, a diver was digging near a tobacco shop when he came across a suitcase inside a bag. When he opened the suitcase, he was greeted with a pale, dissected torso. After the body was discovered, police identified an Irishman and Ukrainian traveler as suspects in the case. 3 years later, the Irishman was arrested for the murder and dismemberment of his German landlord and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. 10 years? Damn. Dissected a whole torso and put it in a goddamn briefcase. All right, 10. A decade. In 2021, Portland, Oregon was going through a massive power outage that caused a grocery store to throw away tons and tons of food. People began to gather at their bins, and police were called to break up the crowd. Police tried to tell them that the food was not safe to eat, but the crowd rejected their advice. Oh, it's fine. The dumpster eventually reached 50 people waiting to get inside. All of them were getting angrier, and police said, quote, no subject in the crowd was willing to have an open dialogue with the officers and continue to shout insults at them and storm.
I mean, bro, if it's cold outside, I'm taking that food. If it's like dead winter and this store has to throw out like previously good shit that's like now a concern of going rotten, I'm like, it's as cold as it would be in a freezer outside.
Boys. After a while, the police gave up and told the store that unless someone dies or gets hurt, they're not going to stop anyone. You know what? Just never mind. They're rude. They hurt my feelings and they're rude. In places where dumpster diving gets out of hand, stores have been known to put up razor wire or brick fences to prevent people from ever seeing the garbage bins. A big reason why companies protect their garbage so much is because of lawsuits. People can easily
I was going to say, they take your food, say they got sick, and try to sue you for it.
Get hurt or even die inside their dumpsters, which leads us to the happiest part of our video, dumpster diving deaths. Which honestly, we already got into the happy part with basically an abandoned baby.
Oh yeah, the baby. Well, the baby was saved.
The baby lived. The baby's gonna grow up strong.
He was eating the bleached chicken to survive.
Exactly. What is he gumming on? Dumpster diving can sometimes lead to unexpected dangers beyond spoiled food or sharp objects. Some divers go too deep and end up losing their lives. A Georgia woman was dumpster diving when a garbage truck came by and emptied the dumpster. Trapped inside the compactor, the blades—
oh my god, she got crushed to death?
Slowly dug into her body as the machine compacted more and more. A worker from Chuck's package store watched as the woman fell out of the dumpster and into the back of the truck. He quickly ran up to the truck and alerted the driver before she was completely crushed. A similar situation occurred in North Carolina when 30-year-old Stephanie Cox was found deceased in a landfill after she went missing. At around midnight on January 30th, Stephanie was seen on a CCTV camera walking on the back of a Five Below, where police believe she was going to dumpster dive. An hour and a half later, the garbage truck came and emptied the bin, except Stephanie was nowhere to be seen. Later that day, store staff reported an abandoned vehicle in the parking lot, which was identified to be Stephanie's, prompting a missing persons report to be filed.
Yeah, that she was in the fucking dumpster.
Her body would be found 11 days later by crews searching a landfill 80 miles north of where she disappeared. Listen, guys, dumpster diving is growing in popularity as more and more people realize that there is not only serious money to be made, but potentially free food. But what most people don't realize is that there are numerous dangers that are associated with digging through other people's trash. While it might seem like a cost-efficient way to improve your life, you can never be sure what is inside each waste.
Ooh, Spirit Halloween could be cool. I think like those stores you could find a lot of good shit.
So the next,
like seasonal ones, like Spirit Halloween in November, they just throw out all their shit and leave.
Time you go, bring a friend. It might save your life. Also, just want to say too, you know how much work would probably go into actually going in, dumpster diving, doing all that kind of stuff, sorting everything? I'd probably ingest things.
It's sorting everything and then also selling it.
That are horrible, right? Like, you know what I mean?
They don't throw anything away? Oh, you think they just save it for the next year?
Like, things I buy in the store are probably worse for me than some of the shit that people are digging out of these cans and eating. So there's no harm play there. I'm just saying that, guess what? You gotta do what you gotta do, but if you came up...
Yeah, be safe. You know, don't fucking dumpster dive on fucking trash days and get injured. Zetrix, thank you for the fucking 50. Since Twitch mods make most of the money, here's my bi-weekly Joe Bart budget. Love the content, Mr. Bart. Or since Twitch takes most of the money. I thought you said Twitch mods. Since I was going to say mods don't get paid. Since Twitch takes most of the money, here's my bi-weekly Joe Bart budget. Love the content, Mr. Bart. Well, Zetrix, you don't need to give me a 50, bro, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the fucking dono. OCM and Dash for the sub show over the 3. So to college, I want to say thank you. You've been my favorite streamer since 2020, 2021. Found you during a dark time. Used to download your VODs from Everest when I have Wi-Fi service. Discord Town Show, still my favorite. Really appreciate you doing your thing. Much love. Thank you. I chew for the 3. I was here yesterday. I'm back. Love you, Joe. Alex for the sub. Malibu for the 3. Teacher went dumpster diving. Found a bunch of electric guitars. Refurbished they were great. I personally see nothing wrong with it as long as you find clean stuff. As long as you clean the stuff you find. That's fair. I chew Daddy for the sub. B-boy. Thank you for the 3. Finally got my PC. Mine broke 8 months ago. Still watching the VODs. Love Royal for the sub. Solo for the 5. You inspired me so much. I started streaming. Zell, thank you for the 3. I already read that. Zetrix, thank you for the 50. All right. Chat, last video of the fucking day. Here we go. Slow Ass Night, award-winning comedy short film. Lock it in.
I was at bingo by now. What the fuck? Look, I don't know why you gotta be so impatient, bro. Slow ass night. Well, I kind of want something to, do. Oh, well, if you want something to do, you could help me restock, like, shaving cream.
How hasn't there been a tweaker on the slot machine yet? This town doesn't have enough addicts.
Wait, why do you have celebrity on there? Wait, why is it crossed off?
Oh, dude, when you were on break, Elon Musk came in. Great guy when he's not throwing up that salute.
Whoa, wait, what?
Dude, when you were on break, Elon Musk...
No, I heard you, but... Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, is at a gas station? No, dude, you can't just mark everything off.
Why not? Shit, I got front.
What are they playing? Like, are they playing like a fucking work bingo game? To try and make it more fun throughout the day?
I knew it.
And why is it fucking sopping wet?
Bingo. I got bingo. Wayne, I got bingo.
Big bingo boy!
Hey, big bingo boy. That's... what the fuck? Okay. We got any paper back here? I'm trying to do like Hangman or something. You know what? Never mind.
How can you be that bored working at a gas station? I feel like usually they got like a TV in the back. They throw some fucking Family Guy on or some shit. Half the liquor stores I've ever walked into, they always got some shit playing on the TV. Just watching that. You pull up. They're like, oh, hey. Sorry. And they pause it. Sorry, I'm mid-movie. What the fuck is that? Word search, no cheating.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. The fucking The old dirty paper of a word search from fucking 30 years ago when the store opened. Dude, let's run it up.
Oh, nice, dude.
Next, you're gonna fucking tell me there's Sudoku. What is this, my dream day?
Love word searches. Love seems like a strong word. All right, yeah, well, I love them, dude. I mean, they're so fun. All right, well, I found it first, and I'm way more bored than you are.
Yo, how do you cheat on a word search?
So, I mean, we could just, you know, do it. Oh, doctor. Okay, that's good. Let me see if I can... Holy shit.
Oh, whatever they mark off is gonna walk into the store.
That's fucking crazy. That's cool. Okay. Big one right there. Bobblehead. Jesus. Okay. Fire. And then a big fucking bobblehead walks in. Alright, so $2. Have a good night.
I would have. Okay, how many would you have to do for you to be like something's wrong? I think if I worked at this store and I knew that bobblehead wasn't there, I feel like three times, maybe 4. The bobblehead's not that scary. I think 3 or 4, I'd be like, oh, fuck. I would make sure not to circle things that are, like, potentially life-threatening, though.
Dude, that's been there. Has he? Yeah. Found one. Ape. Ape? No.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. I don't know if that's a good one.
Are you trying to imply that an ape is gonna walk in here, dude? I'm trying to imply that we should maybe be a little fucking careful, dude. Right, just like when Elon Musk came in, right? He did! All right, bro, listen. 2 times, that's coincidence. 3, it's pattern, okay? Fuck! What? You're totally gonna circle it when I'm gone. I have to pee, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and you're gonna circle it. Dude, I don't care that much. Okay, then I'm taking the pen. All right, take the pen. Fuck.
He just hears an ape.
You didn't do it, did you? There better not be a fucking monkey out there.
There's gonna be a fucking, like, gorilla in the store. I would have assumed it would have been a man dressed as an ape.
Bro, you really thought there was a fucking gorilla in here? This motherfucker, this ain't Jumanji.
Okay, it is a man dressed as a gorilla. We're supposed to assume it's an actual gorilla, though. A robber?
You're lucky I saved your life, you fucking idiot.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh shit, I guess he's a problem too.
What'd you circle? Criminal!
Yeah. I don't know if that is the strategy. There's got to be a better word you could have circled than just blanketed criminal.
Okay, wait, no, I got it. Hold on.
Cowboy?
Gunman!
Gunman.
Killed the criminal. Dude, you're the GoPro. Okay, I guess, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Must complete?
Finish the search.
You sure about this?
You love that game. And I love you.
I've only worked with him like twice. Sorcerer? Worm.
Mom! Mom, I don't know what to do. Mom, I don't know what
Was that his actual mom? Well, the girl was still alive. Why can't they just kill all the things and then leave it? They have to finish it.
Dude, you can't just mark everything off.
Why not?
It said no cheating. What?
Hey, what'd you do? Hey, what the fuck did you do? What'd you fucking circle? I don't know. Open the fucking door! Fuck!
What, so they just stuck in purgatory forever? And then it fully resets for the next people? Wayne? Parker? They're in the word search now?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I fucking won!
Where is everyone? Oh, dude, I fucking love Sudoku.
That's not Sudoku. Wait, so what happens if they if they circled Wayne, they would just come back trying to kill them? Or they're just forever in that area now? That was a cool fucking video. All right. Well, Kira for the sub creator, thank you for the 3. Robert to Carolina, Hurricanes Jacket, let's go Canes. Wolf, Liam, and Bryson for the sub. Bingo for the sub. A-Flow for the 3. Been a sub for 2 years. Been followed since the Monopoly streams. Been watching religiously. Your philosophy takes have changed my mind. I would probably be disowned if I told my family. Either way, you're such a great inspiration. Thank you. Kanu, thank you for the 3. Beat back, Rise again. Biff for the subs. Atrix, thank you for the 3. Thank you for the dono again. All right. Chat, W stream. We got to call that there. If you have any videos you have to watch, games you have to play, videos, shut up, you have to shut up, and sometimes most of the videos to watch is games that I play. I'll be live tomorrow at around like 1:32 EST. We're going to be doing a Minecraft mod pack, this new Lucky Block mod pack, because the last one was fun, so we're going to be doing a more complex one with like way more spawns, way more different things. Trying to beat the game. Then we might do another mod pack. Then we're going to be doing a Mickey horror game and water park simulator. Tuesday, we're going to be doing a GeoGuessr stream, me, Slime, and Schlatt at 4:30, or like 5 EST, for like 2 hours. Then we're going to be playing Schedule 1 for like 3 hours for the new update. It's out of the beta. The glitches are fixed, and we have some game keys to give away. So we'll be starting back up where we left off before the glitches. Wednesday, horror games at 4:30. Thursday is Silk Song at 4. Friday, Reacts at 4:30. Saturday, I'm live at like 2. Doing random games, more Silk Song. Next Sunday, Reacts, and a charity stream for suicide prevention awareness. Then I'm gone the 8th to the 14th doing 2 vlogs. I'll be posting on the YouTube every day that I'm gone. When we're back, we have a Dorito review, which we might do before we're gone, but then we also have a Lego set that we're going to do, mystery snack review, a bunch of other shit, and then a chat review content day as well. Dan for the sub. And some other vlogs and YouTube videos and games and shit that are dropping too as well. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Hope you guys had fun. I had a fun time streaming. Hope you guys had a fun time watching. I will be posting on the main and the gaming today, so go watch that. But outside of that, chat, W stream, and I will catch y'all later. Let's fucking raid Koshard. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Kites for the sub, Dandolf for the sub. And I will see y'all soon. We're going to rate in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you guys tomorrow around 1:32 EST, Labor Day. Appreciate y'all.